Without wonderful delay.
Benson's over there.
I hate going to the doctor.
I got new shoes coming today.
Oh?
They're these shoes. I bought them again.
Oh, you just bought them again? That's cool.
Well, Jess bought me these for Christmas, and look at that.
Have any of you ever had your shoes
shit.
repaired by a professional shoe repairist?
I was thinking about it, and then look at this.
I have, actually.
Does this look repairable?
That looks probably.
That looks. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. I am no trained professional, unlike some of the people out there who base their entire livelihoods off the noble craft of cobbling shoes.
They mostly have Twitter accounts. Yes.
Johnny Tremaine, remember him?
He didn't need a shoe.
He made shoes.
I had a pair of shoes resold when I was young.
Resold.
Wow. They must have been like really nice, fancy shoes, right?
Yeah, I think also just because my mother's family was family friends with a that owned a shoe store in New Toronto.
Got it.
New
Or
Toronto.
not like a shoe. Well, yeah, I can't explain this. The six.
Is there a
you?
New Toronto?
Yeah,
Wait,
it's
you're
like
not telling us
Etobicoke,
about
New
it, so we don't go.
I thought there was just Toronto.
Yeah. Before we delve into this, into Toronto Gate, as I am now labeling it, I need to sync. So
howdy.
I can count to three. Somebody's gonna give me a clap.
Hey, you ready?
On three.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. There we
That's the
go.
most baby clap I've ever seen.
It works, don't it?
It worked.
Hey, welcome to an extra long on-demand service-based bowl of dude soup. I was gonna make some reference about how you have to pay monthly to see this, but you do if you're watching it live anyway.
Right.
I mean, you don't have to. You choose to.
You choose to.
Thank
Right.
you for your
That's a good
support.
point.
And
We
thank
appreciate
you,
it.
live viewers, for all your support. Actually, that will become pretty relevant when we start making comparisons. That's whatever. We'll get there in a minute. I'm your host and soup expert, Lawrence Sontag, joined by my panelist of experts. On my right, I suppose your left, we've got indie games magnate Elise Willems.
That's
thank you.
absolutely what she is.
That's an astounding title.
Magnate.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, you've earned it.
It's like magnets.
Yes. I'm trying to think of
They're
how any
drawn
of this
to me.
relates to.
Just
I'm
like a
John.
common man, Bruce Green.
Yeah, the
Everyman.
gamers,
Just
the
common
gamers
man.
man, the gamers common man. I gotta work it in
People's
somehow. Bruce
gamer.
Green.
The people's
People's
What am
gamer,
I,
Bruce
communist?
I meant like
Computer get rained
Diana
on?
being the people's princess.
Oh, okay, good. All right, good.
And Halo is still appropriate, so you're never gonna outlive that shit. 100% Halo
I
fan
guess.
extraordinaire, Adam Kovic.
Man, I don't. Not a lot of things are dead to me, but
Oh,
It's
no.
re-
no,
You swear to God?
Halo's not dead to me. But God, oh man, I tell you this, I got one last shot.
Next one
You
for all
said it
time, one
last
for all
time.
ages.
I did say that last. No, because I thought Halo 4 was onto something, and then they were like, they went, you know what? How about this new guy?
Yeah.
They're really gonna like Jameson Locke.
Oh.
No, they're not.
He was just Master Chief.
No, he wasn't.
Like
He's a
grizzled,
Spartan.
low-voiced dude with like no volition or personality.
he had too much
Master Chief.
charisma.
Jameson Locke?
Hey.
He did?
Master Chief never had any charisma.
No,
Exactly.
nobody had any charisma.
That's what I
in that
mean.
game.
Jameson Locke. They're like, let's give him a story.
Yeah,
Let's
you
make
want
him.
to project yourself onto this character.
Right, yeah. You want the
Exactly.
Gordon Freeman. You don't
I-
want the...
I always thought Bungie was stupid. I'm like, why don't you explore more of this backstory? And it's like, oh, they're onto something.
Yeah.
It's like they know what they're doing.
You gotta keep it hidden. Gotta
Maybe
leave
not
them
so
wanting
much
more.
anymore.
No, yeah, I was going to say Destiny's a little off the rails.
Everyone
That sounds
hates
like-
Bungie.
I really enjoy the game, but everybody else hates it, so...
I
It's because you
like-
play it.
Yeah.
It's because you play it and you put it down.
Yeah, no, I don't play it for 9 hours a day like most people. So.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Be responsible. This podcast is brought to you by 3 sponsors, meaning we got an extra double-wide XL version of Dude Soup for you guys today. Audible, Black Tux, and Stitch Fix are the fine sponsors of this program. For our audience, Audible is offering a free audiobook with a 30-day free trial. If you want to listen to it, just go to audible.com/dudesoup or text dudesoup to 500-500. You can also get $20 off your Black Tux purchase, which is an online tuxedo rental service. Just go to blacktux.com/soup for $20 off. And you can get started at stitchfix.com/dudesoup and get 25% off of your box when you keep all 5 items. That's a fashion by mail service. So we've got everything to kit you out, make you smart, and look good. Inside and out, you'll be a new person by the time this podcast is over.
Yeah.
But before we do any of that, let's play some fucking video games. This is actually pretty cool, and this is a drum we've banged a lot. I'm going all the way back to Inside Gaming Daily, and then on Gaming News on the No, and there's a doggy down there.
Hairy baby down
Happy
there.
birthday, Benson, by the way.
Yeah,
That's his birthday! Oh, he's got his little paw.
Yeah. He's spending it on the floor of our now defunct office.
And he had to go to the doctor.
Aw.
I felt terrible
Hey,
for him.
it's his
he's had a
old
day.
man
What a
checkup.
terrible day.
It's fine.
Still remember
You slurp that water up.
This is about me now.
Sorry, Lawrence,
No,
go
it's
ahead.
okay.
So I just didn't. I
Why
wanted
does
to
Benson
move
have
his
a skin tag on his like lip? I always want to
He's
just
gross. He's
snap
covered
it
in
off.
it.
Oh,
I just wanted to move his head away from the back of your foot because it was under the.
Yeah.
Sorry,
His imperfections
I didn't
are
mean
what
to
make him
distract
perfect.
it from our.
No.
Anyway, let's talk about Blizzard.
At least,
skins.
yeah,
What?
this is a 90-minute podcast. We're going to need some distractions. Microsoft has announced that their Games Pass program will now include all of their first-party titles day and date that they launch.
Damn.
That's awesome.
That's
It's very cool. So let me pull this
Dope.
up here.
How much is that a month?
Is it 15?
It's $60 for a half year.
So 15.
I think so.
Please don't
Yeah.
make me do math.
That's right.
Sorry.
60
When you
divided
try
by
to
4 is
sell me
15.
something.
Let me.
Oh no, that's
So
less.
yeah, so 15 times 4 is 60.
Oh, here. Wait.
So it's
So
it's
60
more like
$10.
12.
$10 a
Wait.
month.
$10 a month.
I think it might,
$2 a fortnight.
it might be 60 for a year. Hold
Fortnite
on.
is free.
No, every half moon.
60 divided by 6 is 10. Why couldn't we do that math?
Well, no, but so okay. Well, yeah, sure. I thought it was $15 a month, but now it's 10.
When the female bleeds,
No.
your credit card
I
will
threw
be
you off by
charged.
saying 15. That's what happened.
Because then I
Okay,
went
so $10 a month.
'cause
Yeah.
you went
That is not a bad deal.
times
No,
4 is
That
60.
doesn't make any sense.
For over 100 games, including new releases. Here's
Yeah.
here's an
How'd that
excerpt
happen?
from the from our favorite Uncle Grandpa Major Nilsson.
Love him.
Yeah, let me skip on down to the highlightable bit here. Quote, moving forward, we plan to release all new Xbox One exclusive games from Microsoft Studios into Game Pass on the same date as their global release.
Is that how you wrote it? Game Pass.
Game Pass.
Yeah, sorry. I got a bit of a stutter there.
He had a heart murmur.
This is how
Major.
me and Benson get along. This means that when Sea of Thieves launches on March 20th, it will
Yeah.
be included in Xbox Game Pass to all members.
That's awesome.
This plan to bring new games timed with their global release into Xbox Games Pass not only includes announced titles like Sea of Thieves, State of Decay 2, and Crackdown 3, but future unannounced games from Microsoft Studios, including new iterations. Oh man, I'm slaughtering syllables.
No. So I was hoping he was gonna just he's like.
No, he's not
unannounced
announcing
games
anything.
like Halo 10.
Halo
I mean,
6,
yeah.
He says new iterations of Halo, Forza, Gears of War.
Ninja Gaiden,
Yeah, Halo's
which I'm sure
confirmed.
will happen.
So there's going to be more
They're
of those.
gonna make
but-
them. Yeah.
sure.
So it's interesting now. It's this is something that we had kind of seen in the deck for a while. That publishers, instead of the old model where they launch a box product and try to recoup all their costs in direct sales, switching over to a subscription-based, service-based sort of system, where to get access to games from EA, you just pay EA a monthly fee. They have EA access, basically. Microsoft is doing their own thing now. It's essentially like Netflix.
Do you think it's people just kind of banking on the fact that you're gonna forget to unrenew
Oh, yeah.
or
Yeah, of course
unsubscribe? Yeah, they found out that it's easier for people to sign up once, forget about it, not use
Sure.
it. Yeah.
I would love to know the percentage of people that are still paying monthly and then forgot about the fact that they're still paying monthly.
Well, it's like the people that get the Netflix disc still, and they have that same
yeah.
disc for like 6 months, and you're like,
that's
you
me.
need to fix your life.
I'm gonna watch Gremlins 2. Get off my back.
Actually, wait. While I'm here, let me see what I got.
I don't want to have a DVD player anymore. That's how sad I am.
I had the terminal
sad.
for like
That's
a
good.
year.
Is it good?
Yeah,
Whoa.
you're technology progressive.
That's my Netflix account.
Yeah, how do I get out of that?
I don't know.
There's no log out button on the screen.
Add profile.
Just log into Jess's account. Just watch Friends.
What's she been watching?
He just watches Friends and that's it.
And Grace and Frankie, those are her two mains.
Oh, those are
Yeah, I
big
think
shows.
Well, Will and
That's
Grace
knocking
is
it
on Hulu, so we have to pay for that too.
I'm sorry.
Hold on.
No.
It's on.
Watch the commercials.
They should do a combination of Will and Grace and Frankie. They should. Don't ever do that. Please don't do that. I was joking.
So it's I mean, you guys are kind of onto something though. It's modern living, and we live in a world where. Sorry, Adam. I keep throwing that around, but
What?
I don't
We
know.
live in a world where
Oh, I don't care.
It is sort of the thing where and it's been developing this way for a while. It used to be that there were certain monthly routine costs that were just part and parcel with first world standard of living. You have electricity, you have trash. Like these are the nice things that
Water.
you just have to
Butler.
get. Water. Yeah, I feel whatever.
Second butler.
Get that.
Third butler for second butler.
Robot butler.
motorcycle with sidecar.
Butler to ride inside car.
Driver, chef, dumb waiter,
Sidecar
smart
rider on
waiter.
Butler contract. And then as time went on, now cable is kind of thrown into the mix as maybe a nice to have. I think a lot of middle to upper class would just consider it a standard thing.
Too rich for me, man.
Then you have cable, broadband, internet. Then Netflix comes along, and it's just sort of assumed that now you have a cell phone that you pay every month. You have Netflix, you pay every month. There's a lot of services that you just pony up money for every month, and that's just considered part of your lifestyle. that you have access to Hulu whenever you want it, or Netflix or whatever. Gaming is going to be a similar thing. I feel like if you are a gaming enthusiast, you'll probably have to carry a subscription to all these services. Like I have PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live right now, just in case, because they're on a yearly renewal, and I'm like,
I mean, it is also your job, Lawrence.
It is,
but
but
your job.
Right,
it's
the
also my
ones
job
paying
because I did it. Like I'm the kind of dork who would pay for all this stuff out of pocket because I love games so much.
What's that, Mr. President? You need to play Gears of War with me? I'm on the way.
Right, no time to patch. No problem.
James and I did cancel our GameFly subscription
No!
last year.
Is that because they went out of business?
Did they cancel it
Did
for
they go
you?
out of business? It was like a year ago.
I don't know.
We canceled it because we weren't taking advantage of it because we don't want to put in a physical disc. We're lazy. We just want to have something that's on the interface of our console.
Totally valid.
No.
And I love this kind of stuff too because we also just don't like to collect stuff anymore. It used to be that you'd want your big, massive game collection or movie collection.
Matt Peake still has that. He has a whole
discs.
giant bookcase full of DVDs and
God,
Blu-rays.
I cannot wait to get rid of those things.
Yeah.
I lend DVDs out now where I'm like, here, you want all
take it,
Battlestar
keep it.
Galactica? Watch them.
Just take it.
Yeah.
Please watch this. It's taking up room.
So you guys
Yeah,
are
it's like The Ring. I'm just passing out copies.
You guys are hitting on some of the. Let's see here. Oh wait, it's
Oh, yeah,
DVD.
gotcha.
What? What the hell is that?
Original.
The new,
Well,
Netflix
Let's see
is
what's in
weird
that
because
queue
all of a sudden
there.
they're like, oh, by the way, here's a new anime
I
that
have
you
Insomnia.
Yeah.
Insomnia on DVD.
You ha-
Blu-ray.
You have that?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it was shipped last
August 21st.
Yeah.
Only,
2017.
Jeez.
it's only got 3 and what is that?
A half stars.
Third of a star.
That's less than a year old.
Lawrence, where do you know where that is?
Yeah, it's next to my desk it's like buried in a stack of other physical discs that I'll probably never touch. But I was log jammed for a while. What do I got coming up? Wild
Wild
at
at
Heart.
Heart. Ooh.
Why don't you just cancel?
Still
that
gotta
are on
catch the
disc?
social
The
network.
Book of Eli. These are not movies you need to see, Lawrence. I'm just letting you know.
Bangkok Dangerous.
When did you
I can
last
finally watch
update
the Social
this?
Network
Assassination of Jesse James.
by the coward Robert Ford.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's a really good movie.
There's gonna be
That's
some.
I've,
it
I've
is
seen
good.
it. It's
It
okay.
is
It's good.
good.
Videodrome?
It's funny that
Have
he
you
has
seen
Basing
that.
a lot of.
Oh,
Red
gotta
Dead
delete
on
those
it.
Louis C.K.'s.
Real quick. So wait,
That's in there.
for the Xbox service, it's only first party.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, so first party is day and date, but Games Pass has third party games in it. They're
Yeah,
just
they
a little.
I gotcha. But so like,
I
okay,
wanna see
when
what else
Red
is in there
Dead
now.
Redemption 2 comes out,
Dude.
No, that's not
It's not
guaranteed
first
to come out.
party.
Correct.
Yes. So yeah, it's purely first party. The idea being that kind of like Netflix, they will build a catalog that not necessarily you think, oh, I have to play that one game, therefore I'll carry the subscription. It just has this vague implication of value that you feel like you are cool with just dropping $10 a month on.
I just
you're-
thought of the worst weekend I could ever have, and it's Battle Los
That's
Angeles.
all of those movies that Lawrence
Doom,
has in his queue.
The Adjustment Bureau, and Alien vs. Predator
I don't
in
e-
that order.
I don't even know what Ocean Heaven is.
Let's see.
Lawrence, you need to get The Godfather and like the movies that win Academy Awards. Watch those films.
With
Oh, it's
the help,
Jet Li's
with
in
the
it.
kind help of
That's-
friends and neighbors, widower and aquarium worker Sam Wong shares a contented life with his autistic 22-year-old son David until Sam learns that a terminal
Terminal
illness will
illness.
soon leave David. Oh my God!
Does
Why
he
would you
punch?
not-
Is this
The
a
autistic
Is this a
kid
Jet Li
or-
drama?
Yeah. He was segueing over into
Oh
dramatic
my-
acting.
Oh my gosh, Lawrence.
Oh,
Were you
California
s-
Dream season
we
1
need
and 2.
to, we need
Did
to
you say-
overhaul. We need to overhaul this whole thing.
Possible short wait on that California Dream season 1 and 2 disc 2
Planet of
though.
the dinosaurs. What is
Heartbreak
wrong with
High.
you? What are these?
I don't remember. Dark Star Hyperdrive Edition Director's Cut.
Warrior's good.
Warrior story of two brothers.
I'll get there eventually.
That's a good movie. Cowboys is garbage.
Boo.
By the
Jonah
way,
Hex.
Warrior,
Jonah Hex, Ghost Rider.
Warrior's
Spirit of
43
Vengeance.
down, so he has to watch 42 whatever movies. I think Social Network was on there.
It
on the
was.
way.
That's a
Yeah,
good movie.
I'll get there eventually.
Princess Mononoke. There you
Yeah,
go.
see,
Now we're
good
talking.
Stuff.
Okay.
Well, already, good stuff. Good stuff.
21 Jump Street.
New
That's a
Miami.
great movie.
By the time you get to
see?
number 62 on the list, John Carter, it will become public domain. You'll be able to just watch it for free on archive.org.
Yeah, so they used to put links.
Avatar, what is wrong with you?
Haven't you seen that movie?
Yeah, I just wanted to watch it again. Who knows how it's going to stack up on Blu-ray?
By
I
the
saw it.
time you get Avatar 1, Avatar 2
here we
will
go.
be in theaters.
So yeah, they'd still put that button there. It's funny though, because Netflix, and I feel like this is to wrap it all back together. This is all very planned, I promise. Netflix has gotten to a point where they're starting to dip their third-party licensing. They don't have the bulk of movies they used to have because now they're leaning on their
Well, they're paying for their own.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's an interesting shift, and you can kind of tell because boy, my DVD queue used to be littered with play buttons that were also instantly streaming, and somehow still I didn't watch them. I know, weird, but
We're all bad.
the one person who's still working in the DVD warehouse is just looking at Lawrence's queue.
He's like, come on, request the next one.
Yeah.
I got a job to do.
Please, sir.
Oh, the Redemption Kickboxer 5.
Wait, what's the movie?
I
The
think
5th and final installment of this franchise.
I know James has told the story
I'll bring
before
it
about
back.
our old roommate who just rented a DVD from Netflix because she lost one of her Buffy DVDs. So she just rented the DVD from Netflix but kept it forever instead of just buying the
What?
so she spent more money just
Yeah.
she just wanted to have the disc so she'd have the complete
Right,
collection.
that makes sense. But
Yeah,
then
yeah.
she kept it from Netflix?
Yeah, she's like,
That
oh, well,
that is what a dumb person would
well,
do.
no, she's very, very intelligent. It was just one of those things where we were like, what?
Yeah, why would
what?
you do that?
Huh?
Oh, this is my right here. This is my magnum opus.
Clone hunter.
Yeah.
What
He
is
a
this?
hunter
Not rated
of clones.
edition.
This is my white whale.
Why are they using Nerf guns?
My Moby Dick. Yeah, they have 2 Nerf guns, and that girl has anime hair.
Living forever takes less time than you think.
It's a cool tagline.
No, it's not.
Centuries into the
just
future,
wrong.
when wealthy elites have discovered how to live forever, a vicious tyrant hires 2 crafty clone hunters to locate and neutralize a
It's just
serious
Blade
threat.
Runner, but garbage.
But as the pair uncovers new secrets, they begin to question their mission. Sleek spaceships, suspenseful shootouts,
I don't like
eye-catching
that one.
scenery, and a gripping storyline fill this sci-fi flick, which
Hurry up
keeps
and-
viewers guessing with several surprising plot twists.
Hurry up and yeah, they tell you.
What's in this?
It's got plot twists. Stick around. It's
Super
good.
low budget. No,
You need to hurry up and watch
No.
it so that they can get their royalty check.
I can't because it's on. It's in the saved thing.
It means it's not even.
Oh, they're
there.
unavailable or not yet released.
Right next to Bulletproof Monk and Sextet.
Stop it.
Yeah.
What is this? I don't remember adding this. Mae West. Last movie ever.
This is what- yeah.
He was so drunk when he did this too. You know he was.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I think he was actually in a pretty coherent state of mind.
Well, thank you, Xbox, because this is the kind of problem.
This is so sad.
Great Balls of Fire is impossible to find, by the way. In case you guys.
No,
are
it's
curious.
not. Go on Amazon. I bet it's on Amazon right now.
I don't want to buy it though.
There was something.
Oh, man,
Does
let's
the show
find it.
just become Lawrence shopping for
Yeah, just
films
find
that he'll
Great
never
Balls of
watch?
Fire. That's it right there. Fire. It's auto completed.
Well, where is it though? Hold on.
Wait, scroll down. Hold on. You didn't scroll down the whole.
You're right.
Yeah, it's right there.
$50.
See if it's
Yeah.
on Prime Video. See if it's just in video. In the video.
Do you
app.
want to see the life of
Oh, yeah,
Jerry
you
Lee
can-
Lewis or not?
You can watch it on Amazon
You don't need
Prime.
to own that.
They got a bunch of garbage.
Wait, but where? It's not in the app either. It doesn't stream. It doesn't
You can
stream
buy it
anywhere.
for $24.
This is
That's a
become
lot
the
though.
saddest of the
Wait,
sad.
what about the shipping? They're gonna get you, Bruce. They're gonna get you with that shipping.
$4 shipping. Yes, you're right.
They gotcha. That's how they do it.
All right. Well, don't worry about it. You didn't miss a thing.
Watch it on some dude's like Put Locker. Or
I still need to
whatever.
get Stephanie something
Jesus.
for Christmas. Maybe I can just
Get
buy
her Great
this.
Balls of Fire, the Dennis Quaid Winona Ryder, Alec Baldwin
Weren't we
import.
talking about Xbox?
I commend
Wow.
Xbox for this initiative. I
Thank
think
you,
that
Elise. Thank you.
failure to adapt is why you see companies like Blockbuster go out of business. So at least Xbox is like, shit, we're giving away our top tier new releases, $60. That's a $60 game that we're,
Yeah.
we're day one. It's going to be available to somebody that's paying us $10 a month. But you know what? That's the new model, and we're going to adapt to it.
They actually tried
Commend
to
you.
do that years ago when we were reporting on it for Inside Gaming. They tried to kind of move the whole thing to the internet, where they wanted to do everything digital, and everybody shit on them for it back in 2013.
Absolutely. Yeah, with the launch of the one.
Yeah, they
yeah.
shit all over them for
They
it.
Once
announced
again-
it terribly though.
Yeah, well,
They
well,
did.
I was gonna say it all came down to messaging.
Yeah.
because they
Yes.
came out and said, "Hey, bitches, this is the way it's done now." Fart, and it was like, "What the fuck?" Like, and they had the most smug-looking man on the planet.
Yeah.
I forget his name. Merrick,
Oh,
was it?
I know who
They
you're talking about.
had.
What was that guy's
I
name?
don't remember.
I forget.
It wasn't Jay
It
Allard.
wasn't
It
Phil
was the next
Spencer
one.
doing
No,
it.
it wasn't
No,
Phil
No, it
Spencer.
was Don Matrick.
Don Matrick. That's
yeah,
it.
and he is just like
He's gone now.
if you ever
Yeah.
wanted the worst face to represent your
He was
product,
a Zynga.
and yeah,
He's like Bizarro Tom Cruise.
sort
Oh,
of.
yeah, he kind of is.
He's got a little Benedict Cumberbatch in him too.
I don't know.
It's like Bizarro Tom Cruise meets
All right.
who's the Doctor Who?
who's the guy from Little Miss
Tenet-
Sun?
dude,
You know
Tenet?
the teenage
Yeah.
son from Little Miss Sunshine.
Paul Dano.
Paul Dano
Yeah.
and Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
That was
he's
the
like the
man.
worst of everything. So you had him coming out and being like,
Yeah.
Xbox, and like Bruce and I were listening to this, and we're like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. That's
Yeah,
cool.
it's
Like,
cool.
you
Yeah.
buy a disc and then you own
I
it
was
digitally
down.
forever.
Yeah.
That's cool. Or you just own it digitally, and that's
Yeah.
the way it is.
Well,
and
it's
they're
just-
like,
it was Steam. They should
Yeah.
have just come out and said, "Yo, it's like Steam."
but they should have come out and said, we're gonna have all these options. It's gonna do all these things, and then slowly transition, which they ended up doing anyway.
Well, that Xbox One announcement was tragic in a lot of ways, and the insider intel I always heard was that Sony had similar initiatives planned, and then once that happened,
dumped
went,
them.
oh shit, and just
Yeah,
I heard-
backtracked
I heard
on
about that as
everything.
well.
No, and
Yeah.
Sony's
So-
been knocking it out of the park, at least from a presentation perspective. Like their software lineup is probably the best it's ever been in terms of like original games, new IPs.
Yeah.
Same
It's great.
thing. Their hardware, while it's not, it's weird because it's like the Xbox One, the Scorpio edition, or the One X is like it's a power like that's the true power horse.
It's way more powerful. Yeah.
Yeah. The PS4 Pro is good, but like the Switch has just shown that people just want the game. So
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. Like, that's how it's been for years.
No, you've known that for
Yeah.
years. You always told me that when I first started inside gaming.
It's just like, yeah, no one cares how powerful your toy in the living room is. Like, as long as it can play Netflix and you can play something that's fun and it's exclusive to that thing, then you'll do fine. But right now, Microsoft doesn't really have any of the exclusive people are dying for right now.
They might win the. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go on.
I was just gonna say they might win the long game over PlayStation, but PlayStation got such a head start on them that I don't know if there's any way that Xbox can overtake them in this console generation. I don't know.
There was a like brief period where it seemed like there was a big AAA push. You had stuff like Sea of Thieves announced. You had Dragon Scale, I believe it was called, announced.
Platinum Games when they got canceled.
Yeah, they got canned.
Yeah.
Scalebound.
Scalebound.
I think.
You're right.
Really
no, you're
cool.
right, Lawrence. That's what it is.
Canceled.
And canceled. So then there was like it was like,
Devil May
okay,
Cry
a
with
big
dinosaurs.
push to say these are these great titles coming. Some of them have already come out, and now it's sort of like this limbo period right now.
Is this a no? It is. I know those thumbnails.
I know.
They use that also Sans Uber all the time.
Yeah, I imagine Microsoft's in a tough spot because I don't think they're even playing the console war game anymore.
No,
they're
they're
just
not.
like, let's just grab what we got, hold on to it, because I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it's changed, but I remember Xbox Live has always been a profitable arm for them because it is people paying monthly.
So I recall it was the only profitable arm
really?
of their entire games division.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's a digital thing, you know. It's like, yeah, there's servers you got to keep up and running, but I think their their profit margin was much higher on that than anything else. So they're probably just looking at that and going, what else can we do? We have a back catalog. Let's try to incentivize the people who we have to stay and try to monetize them as much as we can. While Sony is just going to, I think, control the bulk of everybody, and then Nintendo picks up the rest. And then you have PC enthusiasts and VR people kind of scattered. But I don't know. I think Microsoft's just trying to do its own thing, which is probably the smarter choice.
Yeah.
I was-
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I always thought ID at Xbox maybe not profitable, but I thought that added a lot of texture to
It was nice.
Microsoft's catalog.
Terrible name.
Terrible.
I know, because
name.
it gives you no indication, and you think it's like some sort of stupid TV initiative
It's
or
like
something.
email spam.
Well, the worst part is
Like-
you'd see it in Twitter hashtags, and it would say like hashtag ID, the @ sign at Xbox. You're like, is that a Twitter tag or is that a hashtag or like, am I replying to someone?
I mean, you
hated
could have just called
Why
it
is it
like
called that?
Indie at
Indie.
Xbox.
Yeah, it's indie or indie devs.
Oh, is that
probably
what, is that
indie
what,
devs at Xbox.
Is that what ID is supposed to stand for?
Yeah.
Indie?
It stands for something. I
It's
just
indie
don't know
developers
what.
at Xbox. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure, but
Ugh.
it's terrible.
That is the worst. I'm sorry.
Yeah. At first, I think I thought it was like what your Xbox ID was.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. But I think it's indie developers at Xbox.
What is it? Who was it?
me see if the Wikipedia
Fox
page
is like
is
Fox Searchlight.
Oh, independent
you know?
developers
Oh,
at
yeah.
Xbox. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, you could have just called it like Xbox Indie or something like that.
Yeah, anything
Just
else.
Anything else. That just says like, hey, this is a smaller wing of a much bigger corporation. It's where we got free new ideas. It's gonna be crazy, man. But instead, it's like it looks like a shitty email.
I never thought I'd be rooting for Microsoft because like to be honest with you, I always thought they were more innovative than Sony was, especially with the console releases. And then when they failed at the messaging, and then especially when they hired Phil Spencer and he started doing all the marketing and announcing for them, I was like, man, I really like this Phil Spencer guy. He's like super. He seems very, very honest. Seems very genuine. Wants Xbox to succeed the right way. And now that they're so far behind Nintendo and Sony, I'm just like, they are the underdogs, and so I typically root for the underdogs. But I don't know. Microsoft is a $1 billion company. I don't need to root for it.
Yeah, I mean, I still think like on the other side of it, Microsoft's at least the Surface line are like some of the best laptops they've been making.
Yeah.
They announced this like thermostat thing that's at they showed at CES where you know how Nest is? It's the little like circle thing. This thing's like a piece of transparent glass.
Yeah.
And it like looks
It's cool.
cool. I was like, holy shit, they're making the future. That's
It's
awesome.
touchscreen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember
It's
the
really
name
neat.
of it?
I tried like Cortana thermostat
Oh, yeah, that's
or
what
something
it is.
like that.
Yeah, you're right.
It's
And they
nutso.
really
It
waiting
looks
on that.
neat. They did a cool thing.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's beautiful. But yeah, it feels like it's kind of it feels like it's regressed in a little way where it used to be the bulk of Microsoft was not being very innovative. They were like, yeah, new version of Office, fuck you. And then like they announced the Surface originally, which is like,
Or the
I don't know.
table.
Yeah, well, like early Surface stuff, or even the one that was like it wasn't even a full laptop. It was just like a tablet.
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
ARM version. And then it was always like, Microsoft's doing the Xbox is doing the cool stuff, and now it's
I remember, not to interrupt real quick,
no,
but
it's fine.
that thing, I had like the second model Surface, and that was before it was like a laptop profile. And I remember I took it on vacation, and this was like when I went to Amsterdam, and I had it propped up on my chest while I was falling asleep watching Cops, because that's what you do.
Yeah.
And I remember I stretched out. I was like, so tired. And somehow in the process of that, my chest like rocked it forward, and the thing went forward and bashed me on the lip and split my lip open. Like,
Said good night.
that's how big and heavy it was. I was like, fuck! I was like spitting out blood and laughing at the same time.
I think something tech developers are learning is that people want all-inclusive technology. So if you're trying to make a like product line, a lot of developers used to say, okay, well, I'll make this one tablet that only does this functionality, and I'll make this computer that does this. I'm not going to give that tablet the same functionality as this computer, even though I could, because I want the consumer to buy this array of products. I want them to buy the line of Microsoft Surface products.
Like the Apple thing.
Yep.
But now I think people are realizing, like, your mainline consumer is still going to buy the Surface tablet and the Surface laptop. Like, they want the diversity of those products, even though they share function. I think so. I think somebody would say, I want my laptop so I can work at home or on the go, but then I want my tablet so I might just lie in bed and you have to be loaded, obviously.
I think you're right. If you got the
Millionaire.
cash, like I remember being surprised that people wanted the iPad when the Apple iPad first came out.
Look at this generous ass on the Crackdown 3
of course.
cover.
He's
Wait,
a
hang
hero.
on.
He's a superhero,
I can't figure out
where he
where
poops
it's
from.
There's the crack.
right?
There's a butt
So
cheek.
There's the other cheek.
Other cheek. I mean,
it's
it's
down
not
there because of his
flexed.
leg. Yeah.
Okay,
It's-
can you zoom out
Why would I? But yes.
and then zoom in?
Okay.
That butt doesn't look right.
I mean, it's perfect.
It looks better than the Ready Player One poster.
Leg.
And the Tomb Raider.
Just leave that there
Neck.
for a while.
Those
Oh,
are
yeah.
conspiracies planted
They
to draw.
They are. They're to draw attention to.
Well, so I'm curious to get your guys' read on where you think this is gonna go, but first we have to hear from one of our fine sponsors, and that is Audible. Why play games when you can have someone read media to you, and they'll probably do a better job than your own internal voice will. That's what I always find impressive about audiobooks, when they like nail the characters better than I could. But yes, their selection is unmatched. That's one of the things Audible would like you to know. If you're looking for anything to read or listen to, they promise you they'll have it. And that's shockingly accurate so far. There was actually a really thick book on like neuroscience studies, and they even had that on video. I just finished it, but they also have something called Whisper Type, where essentially you can listen to something and it'll synchronize with Amazon Kindle. So you can read through it, switch over to audiobook, listen to it, go back to reading it. I think that's a pretty cool way if you still enjoy the process of looking at glyphs on a page and interpreting that in your brain. If you still enjoy the process of reading old school instead of listening in the gym or the car ride or whatever. Although that's a new initiative I'm going to do. Based on the discussion we had, or the shame that I experienced in exposing my DVD queue on Netflix, I am really going to make a concerted effort to consume more quality media in 2018. And part of that is identifying like spaces where I waste time. And one of them, it's not necessarily a waste, but the gym. Usually I just listen to some amp up workout music when I'm in the gym. I think I'm going to switch that to audiobooks. I'm going to feed my mind and my body.
I used to do that.
Is it distracting?
Twice
No.
as productive.
Good.
It's
good.
very, very much possible. You don't need a thumping beat. You can just have the cool sounds of the Golden Compass ringing through your ears.
Ray Bradbury breathing heavy on you.
It's funny you bring that up, Adam, because that is exactly the very first thing I've downloaded.
And the Golden Compass?
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
Ernick Burningen.
Yeah, you'll enjoy it.
Is
That's
that
cool.
his name?
Curvature or something.
Eric Burnham.
Ernick Burningen.
There it is.
Yorick Burnison.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get all up on my Christian allegories, whatever it is. I don't know.
It's safe.
I don't
Don't
want to spoil
worry.
it for myself. And then I also we'll see, but there's Stephanie got me a Henry Rollins poetry book because
Cool.
that boy is artistic, and I'm hoping against hope that there's a voiced version of that. I think it would be worth all the money in the world if I could hear Henry Rollins read his own 80s poetry to me and only me, as he pets me and I fall asleep, like just on his giant neck. Use it as a pillow. But Audible has a special offer for you guys, Dude Soup listeners. You can get a free audiobook with a free 30-day trial. just by going to audible.com/dudesoup or text dudesoup to 500-500, 500-500. That is audible.com/dudesoup or text dudesoup to 500-500. So thank you, Audible, for the sponsorship and for the cultural enrichment that is soon to flood my life as I stare headlong into this CG butt.
It's fine.
Poop comes out of that.
As long as you're
Out of
hearing fuck, I forgot all the characters' names from Golden Compass. Azrael, Lord Azrael.
Lyra is the.
Because she's a liar.
I was
Will.
Little butt going there too.
And her little
more of it.
Pantalaimon, her weird familiar.
her demon.
You know. It's my diamond, it is. I love audiobooks when old men read the voices of little girls.
Yeah.
So I think Jess was doing Half-Blood Prince, and it was this old man being like, and Hermione said, "Harry, go forward," and he did.
Neil Gaiman will do some of his own readings, and he's really great because he gets into it.
Why not?
him.
You know, you're in the VO booth. You got a nice bottle of water. You're there for the next 8 hours. You might as well swing for the fences.
Why not? Have
Yeah.
fun with it. Get delirious.
Be a
Weird.
performer. So yeah, I guess back to the Games Pass thing. I'm fascinated by this stuff because things were looking pretty dire for a sec there. And I mean that in terms of, so games are a business and the product you put out on the market has to earn more than the money you spent to make it for you to want to keep making it. That's just how it works. So things were looking pretty bad for a minute where games would come out and not nearly make enough money for the publisher to consider making another one. Especially if they were good games. The single-player Star Wars game just got axed because EA was like, it's not going to return any money. Mm-hmm. We need loot boxes. We need recurring payments.
That worked out well for them.
Yeah, well, I mean, they still earn a lot of money. That's the problem. Battlefront 2 sold really well.
Did they release the numbers on that?
I think they did. Let me. The thing that I'm deriving that from, and I'll look it up in a second after I get done throwing my meat out there. But essentially, they had investor calls where before the furor, they were like, don't worry about it. After they were like, yeah, it still sold really well. So they essentially told their investors that it didn't put a ding in their revenue, really.
Well means.
Yeah, and it's Battlefront 1 sold to the tune of 6 million units.
Sure.
Which was really good for Battlefront 1, and especially for as much money as they placed on
the
them.
game, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, all that money goes to licensing. Anyway, long story short, there's been a problem where there's a tier of game that was rapidly becoming not viable. Basically, anything single player.
Anything Bethesda makes.
Yes. Bethesda doubled down pretty hard on, and Nintendo.
It's not, it's weird. It's the inverse. Splatoon is multiplayer mostly only, but then we got Zelda and Mario
Odyssey,
here.
And like so the mid-tier indies are doing really well on Switch, which is another saving grace. But for the big publishers, Microsoft, Sony, they're kind of outside that area. Those aren't rates of return I think that they're interested in considering. But what does change the game is now when suddenly media that is created, it doesn't have to justify its own existence in a vacuum, which is to say you don't work for 2 years on a game, throw it out there for $15 and hope that it earns enough money back to get a sequel greenlit. Now, someone like Microsoft can license that game to be part of their games program. And then now there's multiple streams of revenue for games publishers. For Microsoft being a publisher themselves, they can license a game or fund a game's creation. And the value of it's a little fuzzier because now it's contributing value to a network as opposed to needing to drive money on its own.
Well, it's like what we do with our videos.
Exactly, Bruce.
Because it goes to roosterteeth.com, it goes to YouTube, it goes to Verve now, and like you're right, those are more streams of revenue, which is good for smaller creators like us, but then also smaller game creators because they can do the same thing on other platforms.
And that's something that I wanted to pique your interest in, Elise, is that And Microsoft already has their It at Xbox program, or ID.
Emails at it@xbox at xbox.com.
What?
What I'm hoping is that in the way that Netflix will trot out their banner show to drive signups, I'm hoping that Microsoft will do the same. I mean, Sea of Thieves already has that position, but they'll start to have like a promotions calendar where in a month they don't have a giant AAA game hitting. I'm hoping it'll start to be like
supplemented by indie.
Exactly. They'll have their Edith Finch. They'll have their award winners. Their like indie darlings come around to say, this is why you should get Games Pass.
I hope so.
Yeah, and hopefully in that way, those games will find funding because they're Game Awards bait,
Well, exposure too, right? Because like you were saying, if it's that 1 month where there's no Crackdown 3 on Games Pass, but then Jenny LeClue is kind of the flagship game that's getting all of those, massive promotional materials on the app or whatever.
Well, yeah.
It's like that's a game that maybe somebody would have never looked at, but that's what they're gonna get. I think they're like
They promote the game too.
and just kind of get the word out. So if it ever leaves Games Pass, somebody might just buy it. They'll go, oh yeah, I remember that
What was the
game.
game we played that was like hot for a minute? The Getting Up or whatever.
Oh, getting
Getting
over.
Over
with
Getting Over it,
Bennett
yeah.
Foddy.
Yeah.
So like, I always wondered too, like, is it worth, investing in 10 little games or one big game when there's the potential of the one game just being a $5 seller that everyone buys, everyone plays
Yeah.
it, could potentially be like, you get like a Minecraft situation.
Or
on
your
hands.
PUBG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
Microsoft owns Minecraft. Forgot about that.
I think
Yeah.
I think everybody also they see like dollar signs in their eyes with the potential like GTA, where they're like,
Yeah.
we could make the next GTA 5. I mean, nobody can.
No
right?
one
Only
can.
Rockstar can. But I mean, like, but you still see that, right? And you still aspire to do it.
Sure.
So they see like this games as a service thing that's 4 years old, 5 years old now.
Yeah.
And it's this giant single player game that turned into a multiplayer, like whatever. There's no way they can do it, but
I think Cyberpunk might be onto something, only because I'm basing that only on The Witcher. I don't know what they're going to do, the
yeah.
CD Projekt's going to do, but they're taking a long time on it.
There's
Well-
that Still the Woman.
Oh,
Well, there's the trailer that came
the
out
troublesome
5 years
yeah,
ago.
it was so long ago.
Rumors they're going to see it at E3.
We'll see. So it's funny you bring up Cyberpunk, Adam, because I feel like I understand and wish to
Are
pursue.
you old enough to watch this launch? Are you sure?
I'm sexually violent, man?
Go get your mom.
This
Make
was-
sure she sits and watches with you.
This was before every piece of media went before the social firing squad, and it was just on the verge because I remember this coming out and there being some articles or some blog thought pieces where people were like, it kind of bugs me that she's wearing like a bikini and is killing people. I'm like, well, that's the point.
Huh? She's
man,
like a
never
sex
mind.
bot.
Yeah. And you ever watch Ghost in the Shell? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Blade Runner or anything? I mean, she's
Idiots.
also not
Screaming at somebody's mom.
also not a human. That is a robot that most likely a man dressed up to look like that.
Oh yeah, figure that out, bloggers.
Yeah. So it's weird.
But to your point, I feel like so there was this, and again, this is kind of paying into the idea that 2016 and 17 had this kind of uncomfortable rise of, if this game is not the number one game on the entire planet, we need to waste our time with it.
Yeah. People need to get that out of their freaking heads.
They do, unless that's your only revenue stream. But now you can have games like you can have kind of flavor of the week games. Netflix doesn't launch a series thinking people are going to talk about this for decades. They launch a series thinking we want people to watch that this month so we can get our signups and retain viewership. And the next month we got the next thing. I feel like it opens the door, or it increases the value in games like Hellblade, like a single player contained game that is meant to draw eyeballs for a little bit, and then you move on. As long as you gain and retain your viewership. That's what I'm hoping, because yeah, things were looking rough, at least until the Switch came out. There was just not a platform where games could launch single player games or contained experience games, ones where it's not trying to own your life. And so many games started trying to do that it got frustrating. And there was no game over anymore, man. I want to play a game, finish it, and move on with my life. But games were not being developed in that way anymore.
I just thought it was really cool of Cyberpunk 2077 to put the release date in the title.
Got him.
This guy.
Man, you're burning them real
Scathing.
hard.
So kind. Coming.
When it's
yeah.
ready. That's just how you gotta say.
I
At
remember
least they tweeted. Remember?
boop. Yeah, they beeped. And the internet went, oh,
Well, I was like, no, we don't want to get this account taken away from us.
was that it? It's just
Well,
inactive?
Probably.
I think it was Cliff Blazinski called
Cliffy
it out. He
Blaz.
was like,
Oh.
this is the most like, I just need a tweet to keep my account tweet that's ever been done. But then I was like, wait a minute. What about the @Funhaus account? That's why I slacked you guys, and I was like,
Oh, yeah, that's
like,
right.
These fuckers have, the last time they tweeted was them yelling at someone being like, no, we're not a
the
gaming channel.
Yeah.
They don't own the website anymore. That went away. I don't think they're even a business anymore.
Probably not.
If we know anyone at Twitter, we should, and so we don't have to be Funhaus team anymore.
Well, we're Funhouse team on everything else is
I
the
know,
problem.
but we slowly just get it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, roll it back.
We own the Funhaus.
Yeah, people still mistakenly attack
You have
Funhouse.
to rent it from us.
Yeah. Then we can license it out. Oh, our new business could be owning popular Twitter
You
handles and
get
licensing
access
them
to our
people.
Twitter for $10 a
I
month.
saw a great post on like Imager or somewhere. This guy talking about how there were really obnoxious people at a
Flattering
cafe next to him, and they were talking about this great big idea they had for this website, etc., this product line, and they were very rude to the wait staff at this cafe, very obnoxious, loud. So the second they left, he bought the domain name for what they were talking about
awesome.
that they wanted to make, and I was like, that guy's
That's fun.
that dude's awesome.
I have a quick
Like,
question for you guys. I went to a Starbucks over the weekend, and someone next to me ordered something. I thought it was weird. If you guys were there and you just wanted a water, what would you say? If you wanted a water from Starbucks, like you're leaving, oh, can I also get a water? What would you ask for?
Still water.
I say a cup of water.
flippity flap on the
Okay, now
house
say
side
you
with
want-
the agua, my man. Is that what you're...
Now say you want a large water, like you want the biggest cup they got. What would you say?
Can I just have the cup of
Ventagua.
water in the I don't know, in the larger cup?
I go, drown me, bro.
It
Makes me wet.
It was an odd thing.
I got thirst.
I become just socially inept when it comes to ordering at Starbucks because I'd like tall, like I
Yeah.
Say a large cup of water.
That's why I like coffee bean more because I can just say small, medium, or large.
Yeah.
But the woman next to me goes, "Can I get a venti ice water to go, please?" And I did a thing like, "Get out your own ass."
he's in it.
You
He's
know,
in it.
though, to her credit, she may be right because the Starbucks staff may hear that all the time
Yeah.
and know that better than me saying large
That's
cup of water.
true.
Once again, it was such a non-thing, and I remember being like, "Is this worth tweeting?" No, dumb.
No, it's not
It's
worth
like, I don't think anyone was pretentious in the situation. I just thought it was odd, and
Yeah.
it stuck with me.
But I get it because when I go to McDonald's, I try to make I'll say like I would like a medium size 10-piece nugget combo
say, right?
with I try to give them so they don't have to ask
Right.
me any
Right,
questions.
what they say.
And they go, "You already ordered. Stop doing
And
it."
at least you're in the drive-thru
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Leave.
At least you can't just walk through the drive-thru. You need
Why
to.
is she patronizing me so much? I can
So
hear
what were
her.
those Battlefront sales numbers you kept pulling up? I wanted to see them.
Oh, let me reopen those. So there are no numbers, and then actually it's a bit of a mixed message here.
Yeah, one
this
says
thing fucking autoplays a video.
One
I hate
says
it so
sales
much.
plunge. The other one says it's a success.
That's great. Yeah.
I know.
So it ranked in number 2 in November NPD, which is only physical sales. But it ranked in above Assassin's Creed Origins, and Assassin's Creed Origins is a huge seller.
You can play that.
It's good.
I was going to say, just
haven't
to
gone
this
far
Star
enough.
Wars Battlefront point, all the complaining that people did about the loot boxes and stuff like that isn't going to affect sales then, but I bet it'll affect sales the next time. That's the kind of thing that I'll remember the next time around and be like, oh yeah, there was that whole deal with the loot boxes thing that because I didn't buy Battlefront 2 because of all the loot boxes problems.
Yeah.
So I'm going to avoid the next one.
Well, I was gonna buy it for the single player, and then Lawrence, you said it was bad.
Yeah.
And then everyone else said it was bad. So
Yep.
I'm like, and then they're like, "Oh, by the way, the girl twist becomes good at the end." I'm like, "Stupid, I'm out."
Oh, she becomes good.
I
like,
told you.
3 levels into the
I
game.
told you guys.
Yep. No,
it's-
You did.
I didn't want to.
I warned you.
I mean,
Said
that
she go
out
good.
of everything that's bad with that campaign, that is the least of the problems.
Really?
The fact that it had a predictable twist. Oh my god! If they even executed that well, it would have been fine. But they did not. It's all just bad.
I don't know. Look, they did it with at least God of War 3, where they kept doubling down. Like, you're a bad guy. You're not good. You're a piece of shit. He's got some redeeming aspects about him, but he's still a fucking psycho. It's
So
like,
this one is just sorry, not to
I
interrupt.
don't know, it's fine.
even though
It's just-
exactly
I
what
was
I'm
like,
doing.
you had a chance to make a good Star Wars game.
Oh, they did.
Well,
They
You had a
huge
chance to make a cool single player campaign where you play from the perspective of the bad guy, which
I,
they kind of
uh,
did with the original Battlefront 2.
I don't.
Plays the Storm 501st.
I would wager that they accepted the story pitch because they rolled in and said, we're not going to touch canon. Nothing is going to change.
Yeah. Sure.
We're going to give you the safest, most palatable, least contentious, controversial storyline you've ever had. And Lucas was like, great, you got it, stamp, go do it. Because they wouldn't prove anything else. They're not going to let a game do anything interesting with Star Wars.
No, of course not.
But that said, dialogue could still be okay. Game design or level design could have still been okay, and none of it was.
Lawrence, they may let games do that because they let novels do that. They let novels affect canon.
They used to.
And
No, they do now.
Oh, the new one.
They do
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
And those don't sell nearly as much as games do.
That's a good point.
So-
So I'm curious: do novels alter the course of canon, or do they just fill in details?
Sometimes they'll fill in details. I don't know if they alter the course of canon, but what they will do is explain things that happened like in the movie. So like if something happens that you're like, I don't remember that happening, they'll explain it in a book. Is what
Okay.
they'll do. So, but I don't know if they'll change the way a movie is laid out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think they will.
That's the way it's been though since forever, where it's
Yeah.
always like,
Yeah.
the movie will be the mainstay, or the game is the mainstay, and people will be like, but in the book it said this, and they're like, those dudes don't care. They're like they'll nod their heads and go cool. But as far as like the main creators are concerned, like J.J. Abrams doesn't give a fuck about the book for episode 9. People were like, but it was mentioned that Darth Plagueis was in Operation Cinder. We must. And he's gonna be like, look, dude, I've got the writers from Lost who are already confusing me, and we have to make that into a film somehow. Yeah. So, peace out. Yeah. Also, Cloverfield's a thing.
I also love that this is starting to get rambly, but
that's fine. It's a podcast.
Yeah, no. There's always this idea, and I love it. But the way people talk about things like Star Wars is that somewhere out there's like a cave painting or a tome or something where all the events of Star Wars really happened, and someone wrote them all down. And all we have to do is consult the historical texts and then transcribe those events into an interesting story. Like, people don't talk about it as though it's shit people make up whenever they have to do something new.
You're right. Someone thinks that there's a Dead Sea Scroll that Ryan Johnson found and then translated, but then wrote his own version of because he hates them.
Yeah, he ruined it on purpose.
Photos of Lucas.
Yeah, this is really...
Did I share that with you?
Eh? I guess you did. Oh, it's the wrong one. Hold on.
No, it's fine.
I was... Oh, yeah. Looks like a nutsack. So, sorry, no, I was scrolling through. I guess I didn't take a whole lot of photos. Oh, yeah, there's this one.
What is this?
It's the House of Blades. So sorry. I was prepping for a subject change, but there it is.
Just put up a picture of the House of Blades without any context.
There it is. Enjoy.
It's Mall Ninja Heaven.
Hold on. Let me full screen it for you. There you go.
Thanks.
Not
at all.
Can you zoom?
I can. Thank you. Thank you for asking. At least let's zoom in on this now.
There we go.
Oh, right next to the La Quinta Inn.
So the reason for this is that I went to my hometown over the weekend.
Oh, boo.
Yeah, I had a lot of great adventures there. And one of which involves driving past the House of Blades on Jacksboro Highway. Huh?
You didn't go inside?
I have gone inside once before when I was like 16. There's an eagle. Of course there's a giant eagle.
See the font has cuts out of it? Like it's been cut out with blades?
Yeah, it's real cool.
That's cool.
But anyways, I took Stephanie home to meet my parents and show her the sights and sounds of small town Texas, of which there are none. And she was enthralled by House of Blades, particularly because there is nothing else to look at.
There's a Fiat outside.
There's also a neon knife. It used to be a switchblade and it would like open up.
That's cool.
Yeah, they got rid of that because that was too exciting.
Come on, House of Blades.
Yeah,
Get back to your roots.
Come on. There's secrets in here.
Whoa, that's definitely a nutsack there.
No, it's not actually. That's Trump's neck.
Oh yeah, he does that.
Fooled me.
That's a hobby of mine. Whenever a news account tweets out any picture of Trump, I will zoom in on his neck because it always looks like balls.
If anyone was curious about those green screen shots, that was from Tiberius Method.
Yeah,
our live show.
That's another thing we did. Gosh, what to talk about? My star-studded visit home or our live show that we did that everybody wanted?
I went to the Women's March.
Oh yeah, at least went to the Women's March.
Pound on the pavement, not just for women, but for everybody to be equal.
Mm-hmm.
Were you telling everybody about Xbox Game Pass?
Damn straight. I was like, we are all equal in Game Pass.
For you can get Sea of Thieves in March.
Girl, you play Crackdown.
How was the Women's March? What was the vibe like?
I went to the Redondo Beach one, so it was chill. We just walk up the beach for an hour,
That's
whatever. I can do that every single.
She's like, no one showed up, so James, I just walked up.
I do that every single weekend anyway. Whatever, I'll do it.
That's a beach
I'll
march.
do it for all people to be equal, intersectional feminism. Sure, why not?
That's cool.
Did you make any contacts?
No. I mean, it's a great experience because everybody's there. Whether you have differing opinions, everyone's there in a positive attitude, right?
Until you like show up with your bat.
It's just like a
stunning and brave.
This is ridiculous, but it's just like a Comic-Con or something like that.
Yeah.
'Cause everybody's got that same positive attitude. They're all there for different reasons.
Nobody's there
Right.
no one, at least from my perspective, no one there is angry. I mean, people are maybe a little fed up with certain things, but nobody's angry. Everybody and everyone's very courteous to everyone else there. In my experience,
That's
these
cool.
last 2 years.
That's really cool.
Well, was it Mike Cernovich had his? Is it one of these?
Yeah, it's definitely one of those.
Cool dude.
I like YouTube channels
being
where
snarky.
where people have a cartoon avatar themselves to express how they really are.
I haven't seen. Well, he's got his Patreon link right up top, so I'm guessing it's one of those. But
yeah,
it's
course.
like, don't want to draw too many conclusions. But man, if you can't even go outside, if you got to throw your cartoon picture over someone and like talk shit when you're not even there, you didn't even go outside.
Oh, is this a talk shit thing?
No, it's definitely
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It might. I don't know.
But
Who
the
cares?
title is sarcastic.
I think
I love these sites. That's why I love the what was it? The
Boy, I bet he
anime girl
probably looks nothing like
3D
that.
thing. It's just like
Oh, well, wait till
I
Hard
like
Net,
it because
Adam.
it's a weird futurist thing where now we're creating 3D or 2D avatars of ourselves because we're too embarrassed by our own looks and feelings, and it's easier to hide behind. It's the YouTube comments that hide behind a Naruto avatar.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, okay, Shashka yelled at me again. Is it Sasuke? Shashka, whatever, kill me. I don't care. I've never seen it. And then there's a fox with 9 tails or something. Why are we going down this rabbit hole?
If their first and last thing is send money to me directly, and then they proceed to, now here's the unbiased truth. Those things don't go together.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
That's
Anyway.
the beauty of the world where we are in today, where you can, it used to be you have to go all the way to MSNBC or Fox for bias confirmation. Now you just pay for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
Wild.
I give you money, you say things I want to hear.
Is this pink hat? Is this a
got
new
it.
thing? Was that
It's supposed
how
to
many
be
pink
like
hats were
pussy
around?
hat. They had them last year too.
Oh, like little cats.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I don't have one.
You should get a pussy hat, at least.
Oh, thanks, Bruce.
I think you'd look good in a
Have you-
10
I know Lisa's watched
hours.
it. But Bruce, have you watched Toast of London yet?
No.
We watched the episode, the feminist one, where he's dating the weather girl who's also a feminist. But in this world of the show, beauty pageants have basically been outlawed. And it's like underground boxing rings now. They have to drive out like 6 hours to the country to like a barn so they can judge women from like Slovenia.
That's radical feminism,
I was there.
Adam. I'm not a radical
Oh
feminist
god!
by any
I just thought
means.
that show was so good. Where he's like, he's
Yeah.
dating her. She's like, it doesn't bother you I'm a feminist. He's like, no, I love it. And then he goes and judges women's pageant out. And then it gets like, anyway, go watch Toast of London.
It's a lot like the IT crowd. They do the countdown, the underground countdown that Moss goes and does.
Is that on Netflix?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet. All right.
If you want a good absurdist British comedy,
Yeah.
Toast of London's good. Yeah, just Matt Berry is a
Matt
treasure.
Berry's great.
We're on the next episode where they have John Hamm. The episode's
awesome.
called Ham on Toast.
Ah, perfect.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's great.
Well,
please watch
if
it. There's only 3 seasons.
if you have either a YouTube channel or an activist march in your near future, you want to make sure you look as good as possible so that people believe whatever you say about whatever subject you're talking about. And then you can just blithely direct them to your Patreon. But you want to do so on a budget. Who needs multi-$1,000 suits to tell people that you know what you're talking about? No. Instead, you can use the Black Tux to rent tuxedos online, which means much like our YouTuber friends that slap their cartoon logo over videos and yell at them. You don't have to go outside either or confront any nasty, scary thoughts or real humans. So you basically go onto their website, blacktux.com, enter in all your measurements. For that, you may need to go to a tailor to get your measurements taken, or you can just do them by yourself at home, get a tape measure or something like that. And the Black Tux has free try on at home fitting. So essentially you put in all your measurements, you try it on, they'll send it to you. They promise no matter when your event is, provided you order it in time, it'll arrive 14 days before the event. That's enough time to try it on and send it back if anything doesn't fit. And they'll replace any items that don't fit for free, just to make sure you have a suit that looks good and feels good. And shipping is free both ways. And when your event is over, you just drop the suit back in the mail. Pish posh, done. So to get $20 off of your tuxedo rental, please go to theblacktux.com/soup. Once more, that's theblacktux.com/soup for $20 off of your purchase. Premium rental suits, tuxedos delivered. The Black Tux. Thank you for your sponsorship. And thank you guys for getting real fancy in the background. We're talking about fine sartorial clothing.
You look good.
You will look good. I've used this service
That is a
before.
promise of mine.
Wow.
What?
An Adam Kovic promise.
Wow.
I was mocking those commercials. He's like,
Yeah.
"You're gonna look good. I guarantee."
Oh, I
it."
see.
Yeah.
He's like, "You're gonna look good. That is a promise I make."
That guy actually, I think he went to jail.
And they kicked him out of his company.
Right, that's right. 'Cause
Really?
For lying.
Oh, no. He seems so trustworthy.
Most users who are buying your clothing look terrible.
He was wearing suits all the
know.
time. How?
Guaranteed it.
A suit man would never lie. That's what I've based my entire livelihood on. That's why I dress like this every day.
Well, he did.
3D Sex Villa
Yeah, he
2.
did.
It's like
Interesting.
Your mattress is me. Ellie,
That's a different guy.
Yeah, that's
you
sit and
might as
sleep.
well be the same. Whatever.
I didn't get sit and sleep growing up in rural Texas, trying to wrap it
So
back
it's an
around
LA
to me.
thing, right?
Yeah, I think it's
Because you
only
got
an
like
LA thing.
him and then that weird little elf man from Leeds.
I think it's only an LA thing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
it's only an LA thing.
Battle of the Mattresses. Oh, that's a story.
Talking about exciting goings on.
Uh,
I popped a ball on my scrotum.
What?
You did?
huh.
Yeah, not a testicle. No. You ever have one of those pimples that like you squeeze, and and nothing happens, and then it just gets bigger.
Oh, it's like cystic.
Yeah, I had one of those on my balls. I squeezed it, nothing happened, and then it got really big.
So you popped it.
'Cause you
Yeah,
fucked
and
with it.
finally, though, it was there for like a month. You just kind of get used to it. But finally, it gave up the ghost, which is was distressing because it hit my face.
What?
Yeah.
How's that possible?
Well, so much pressure.
Yeah,
And then-
it was-
and
Well,
then-
no, his face must have been down below.
Yeah, he was
right?
doing
I was
this.
looking down. Yes, thank you,
Yes.
Elise. Thank you. Thank you for instantly knowing what I was talking about.
Trust me, I get it.
I was
Gross.
afraid.
I had a white hat on my shaft once. That was
Yeah.
like once though.
I've
Hit in
only
the
got that
face.
once. I don't know about in the face.
Lawrence, you could have gone on Dr. Pimple Popper and she could have done it for you.
Oh, yeah,
She
you're
was
right.
in the building.
I
and I didn't
know.
have anything at the time.
Ugh.
Now
if I had
that-
had some warning, I could have cultivated something.
Now that full screen has done the purge here, there's gonna be a lot less drag queens and like random guests like Dr. Pimple Popper.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that sounds way less cool.
Oh, Sandra Lee. come back.
Yeah.
No Markipliers.
yeah, you're right.
We are working on an actual lobby you can hang out in. So
Are we?
Someday.
No work
Not-
has been
not-
started.
I've
The
asked
royal
them
you.
at
Public
least
admission.
twice now.
Everyone's welcome. Just drop on by. You get to hang out. We'll come out and just hang out with you all day because we ain't got
I'm
shit
just
to
saying,
do.
if any other YouTube channels want to stop by, they don't have to hang out in the dog room anymore.
This is all the dog room.
We'll actually have somewhere you could sit, maybe. Because right now it's just a shuffleboard table.
Yeah.
I was ready to just push it out on the curb.
Of all the chips they put down on Millennial Workspace, like faux sports equipment, why shuffleboard?
You know why?
Why?
Someone brought it from home because they're like, I don't want this garbage at my apartment.
my
or
trash.
whatever. Yeah, it was take my trash. Absolutely, take my trash.
We need a foosball table. We need something as loud, annoying, and space-consuming as possible.
That was my
Skee ball.
I think we've probably told you about this, right? At least back at Machinima.
Ping
I've
pong.
heard that Machinima have had a
Christ.
foosball table, right?
But then they
Foosball,
had
ping pong. It was just. I remember there was a whole thing. They had this big, like, open lobby area, and they were like. I remember when the CEO came in because he went to like CEO camp, and at CEO camp they tell you how to be a CEO, and so he's like, "We're gonna revolutionize the space," which we were all like, "Oh, cool! Finally, they're gonna redo it," and they're like. We got ping pong tables and shuffleboards or whatever. And it's like, but they didn't realize that there were so many people there who didn't do shit that they
Yeah.
ended up spending all day doing ping pong, and they set it up right outside the CEO's door. So one time he's like, "Stop playing ping pong!"
over and over and over. You always knew who didn't have any work because they'd be out at the
Yeah.
ping pong table.
Yeah,
Meet you ping pong 10 minutes. You
yeah.
got it.
Oh, the best. And then they always do like the Friday night things where they're like,
Oh, yeah.
"It's Friday, drink and eat, let's do it." And then we were grinding away because like shit, we got weekend content and stuff that's got to go up on Monday, so it'd be toiling away. And they're like, some dude's so. Party bros, come on!
You're like, we
You
have
guys
work to
gotta
do.
chill out.
Foosball tournament's been going on all day. We're like, get the
turn.
fuck out! We
We're
got
the only
shit
ones
to
earning
do.
money in this entire Realm was too.
Realm and ETC were busting ass. All
Shout out
day.
to Brett, fucking killing it,
Man.
and Joel. There were some good people there, but
Either way,
whole lot
Oh.
of sponges.
oh man,
Hold on a minute.
those are my favorite people. I ain't got nothing to do today. Okay.
The
I feel
the
great.
CEO walked in once and he was like, "Guys,
I remember
how
that.
come you're not out there drinking?" And we were like, "Because we have work
Yeah,
to do.
we have to do
We
something.
gotta finish this."
We're the only ones here who are desperately trying to keep things going.
Why should I care about her shoulder? Titty apocalypse?
Is that a Inside Gaming News video we did?
No, this is DMCA claims 2012.
Wow,
Sure.
that's a long
Who
time ago.
cares?
I don't know.
This is why I march. For
To
this.
protect her ability to throw her boobs out on YouTube.
I did
Sure.
actually. I did want to go back and watch those because we started. Can we talk about it?
What?
LA Noir?
Oh yeah, we can talk.
Yeah,
about
we
it.
started. We started doing. We started doing a.
Heroes Rise.
We started doing an LA Noir series here. Those. I think they were the Machinima Poops or whatever. The guy who made that.
Oh, YouTube poop?
Yeah. Well, no,
Oh,
it was
well.
Gamer Poop.
That was-
Gamer Poop. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He did that series. And I think those are still on the Machinima channel. I want to watch those again now.
They're great.
Oh, they
LA
were
Noir was
really,
Mass,
really
great.
great.
and the Mass Effect ones are great too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're talking like 2010, I
Yeah.
think, like 2011 when these
Yeah.
videos came out. It was, like, this is America.
Quality.
This is Germany. He just cuts the audio together so perfectly. Oh, they're so good. Anyway.
Oh, there he is. There's our favorite guy.
Oh yeah, Alan.
Yeah.
He wasn't the CEO at the time that we were talking about.
Island's
No,
almost
no,
open.
no. He had left by then.
No.
Yeah.
So many.
I
There he
just-
was. That's the
That's their
that
fellow.
was our old CEO.
Ah, the Twitter wall.
Oh,
Who could forget?
shit.
What?
Oh, my God.
Failed dream lane.
Well,
I'm sorry, I can't walk with you.
It's all right.
No, it's fine.
No,
we don't
it's-
need you to.
it's just odd. I mean, that's it. I feel like this is all kind of connected in that a lot of people have tried to launch networks in the way that Microsoft is trying with Games Pass.
Brought it back.
But yeah, some people no. It's a very tenuous connection.
Very.
It is. I think there's a lot to be learned from the networks that have failed and why. Not that Mission has failed. Well, it kind of did. It's just fun.
They're
to
still
look
a
at.
company.
They're sort of still a company.
Yeah.
Sort of. I mean, they've been
Ricky
acquired.
and Elliot are still there.
That's true.
I'm as long as they're working.
Yeah, as long as they've still got jobs working on ETC. I appreciate that.
Shibby's there, I think.
Yeah, should be solid.
No.
Joel's there.
That's right. Joel's back there.
Yeah.
Joel's back at Machinima.
Yeah. Tried to get away. Can't do it.
No.
All
You
right.
didn't see the tether that was attached to him. It's like, shit, yank.
Oh, one of the. Sorry, this is now officially podcast because I'm going to tell a story about being on a plane. But this is a Lawrence Brand thoughtable, and I haven't made a thing for that yet.
Okay.
I need to make a little video
button?
stinger. Yeah, it's very important. Every time I hit that button, we get another $10,000. I just got to make it. But anyway, you guys ever heard of this airplane thing? This is how we warm up the audience here.
Tube Sky?
Yeah, you get on a plane. That's weird, right? You got elbows and seatbelts, and who knows how to work that toilet. Am I right, guys? So now that I have a rapport established, the audience is nice and warm.
Is he mocking stand
I think he's a robot.
Hello, hold for applause.
I'm going to say, and you guys can feel free
You
to
can just say it.
cheer or
Just say
jeer.
it. It's all right.
You got to tease it
Hey.
out.
We don't need a heckler right now.
Yeah, at least.
He's no
Come
Nick
on.
Scorpino.
Scorpio.
I call him Scorpion.
So you guys noticed this? How?
Oh my God. Just
I
ask.
can't help. I can't
Just
help.
ask the question.
All right. So there's the safety videos where they tell you how to operate a.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're all videos now, which I realized is kind of a bummer because I really enjoyed watching flight attendants have to do the safety presentation.
They still do.
Yeah, they do.
Some of them do, and
the plane doesn't have a screen, yeah.
and the plane that I flew in, it was an older one, didn't have screens, so the attendants had to do it. And they had actually there was the part where they turn around to face the other end of the plane.
Yeah.
And everything about it was thoroughly robotic until they turned to face each other, and then they made the biggest most amazing faces at each other
Yeah, they
and try to
smile
make
at
each other
each other,
laugh. Yeah. And I realized, oh, that's kind of cool. And then I sort of mentally ticked back through all the safety presentations that I had seen. And I realized that there's actually minute variations that people bake in because they do it 100 times in their a day, and they get so tired of it. It's funny to see the divergence. Some people get very artistic with it. I've seen flight attendants put in little flourishes and make their own presentation out of it. Other ones go completely robotic, like me and my stand-up, where it's just putting this and that, and they're not even making eye contact with anything, and then you just throw the stuff back in the bucket. But I don't know. I'm always fascinated by the human, how different human beings react to doing the same mundane task over and over and over again.
Well, you know that also I believe there's a limitation on those demonstrations. They can't laugh or do anything funny. It has to be serious.
There's a liability there.
So-
There
right.
are certain points they have to hit.
So they can't make it a joke. And if they make it a joke, then basically your audience thinks it's a joke, the plane. And then if they fail at the safety, then it's the steward or the flight attendant's fault.
Yeah.
Not the people on the plane.
There was the guy had the 3
know.
seatbelts. He started juggling them. They walked him right off the plane.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good stand-up bit.
Yeah.
Because it's not real.
Well, you got to warm up the audience
'Cause I
first,
made it
Adam.
up.
Well, see, the joke fell flat because you didn't establish a rapport first.
You did not establish a rapport like Robot Lawrence.
You
Yes.
asked
I'm the
16
heckler. I'm
questions.
the one yelling things from the audience, asking
Yeah.
for more booze.
Hey, who has seen planes?
Like, hey, I didn't pay the $5 cover charge of flappers. Here, this guy.
Have you guys ever ridden on a plane before?
What's the deal?
I am fascinated by humans.
So that's
That's crazy.
yeah, it is. Thank you, Elise. See, that's
At least a good audience.
that's why you invest all that time to establish rapport.
I've interpreted the prevalence of those new videos on airplanes for a few reasons. One is it makes it more efficient for the flight staff
Way
because
easier,
they can
yeah.
do other stuff. Just roll the video like a baby, like when you put Sesame Street on for a baby. That's what they're doing for us.
Yeah.
Also, the liability decreases because all that information is going to get out in that video.
Yep.
If they miss something in their little presentation,
false, yeah.
it's not on the airline. And it's kind of like these airlines now trying to one up each other, and we've got a cool
Oh yeah, the production value of those
stylized
fucking
musical
music
or-
video
yeah.
for our. But I think you must want to blow your brains out after hearing that video so many
You
times.
probably just tune it out, right?
I
guess.
feel I feel bad because I do feel like we're becoming that unrelatable podcasting. We're talking about airplanes. We got to get even more unrelatable and talk
right.
about self-driving cars.
Let's
and
talk about Teslas
Yeah.
that nobody has.
And
No, I was going to say
Volvo
it's a
copters.
shame.
Ever
We
seen
need
those?
more human demonstrations so
What's
I
it?
can see.
Can you type in CES helicopter?
Volvo helicopters.
Well, Bruce always talks about wanting to own a flying car.
One of these days.
So
Bel Air taxi concept?
No.
Search
The Uber
Volvo.
taxi.
Uber's electric flying
CES
taxi?
2018. Sorry. It's called like a Volvo copter or Velvo copter or something like that.
It's not made by Volvo?
No. Maybe. I don't know.
Is
Or
it-
sorry, type in Intel. CES. Fuck it. Intel. They showed it, but it's it's like a
Intel?
giant drone, but it's like a taxi
The air
helicopter.
taxi?
There it is.
Oh, okay.
The air taxi.
Yeah, I forget what it's called.
Is this the
though.
Uber air taxi? 'Cause
Oh, here
Uber
we
has
go.
an air taxi.
They're also making
Volocopter.
one. Volocopter, which sounds like
sinister. Like
yeah,
a dinosaur.
it
Doesn't
sounds
it?
volatile too.
Yeah, you're right.
It's the
Production.
volatile copter.
Oh, so it's a one-person thing.
Oh my gosh.
I think 2 people.
Oh, is it 2? Okay.
Well, so this is like an older model, but there's like a 4-seater. I think they're doing, but they're like it only has like a range of like 30 minutes.
When do you think Bernie's going to get this?
He's had one for years.
I know.
Yeah,
Man, that's so cool.
but I thought it was kind of cool. I'm just saying, if we want to get completely unrelatable, let's talk about the future of flying cars, which are basically just drones.
They're just helicopters.
Kind of cool. Like,
Just a bucket on
yeah.
propellers.
well, because Bruce always talked about it. He's like, man, when am I going to get a flying car? I'm like, never, because I can't trust you. Because they're going to be like, oh, grandma's texting into the side of a blimp.
Well, and he'll play chicken with you. Like he'll
Yeah.
be like, "Okay, get in," and then he'll like fly away a little bit.
yeah, I know.
And he'll be like,
Get
"No,
in,
no,
Adam,
just kidding,
come on."
kidding."
Yeah,
dangling from the landing
But
strut.
it's the stuff we were kids when we were like a phone where you can look at someone's face, and now we have that technology and we don't use it. We're like, I don't want to see your dumb face.
Stupid.
But then we're like, flying cars, that'll never happen. And now we're getting
flying
Yeah.
cars.
it's a drone.
helicopter.
It's a giant drone. It's a giant helicopter that you don't control.
Didn't go anywhere.
Whatever.
It just flew around in a fucking hangar.
Yeah, it wasn't very impressive.
I want to steal something from that Amazon automated store in Seattle.
You
You
can't.
You
No,
can.
you can. You absolutely can.
Absolutely
They
can.
don't
Amazon
care.
says, you know what? You forget to pay for something? That's cool.
Yeah, Amazon doesn't care.
Forget. It's not
They
forgetting.
send a drone
Also,
to
they
follow
can-
you home.
It's like weight
This is
sensors and
Black Mirror.
cameras that tell when stuff is gone and then they assign it to
Wait,
people.
what's that? Laser weapon to go on fighter jet?
It's like
Whoa!
Bruce will click anything.
I love this website.
let's just look at
It's
this.
just art.
Cool.
Concept art.
Who drew that?
This is a drawing some 12-year-old made.
Hold on a second.
Bruce, wow! Did you guys see about the laser?
Man, that's awesome.
Let's see what we got here.
Oh God!
Oh, you're trying to figure out that picture.
Ah, come on. I thought
you
you
could
could
just drag it over?
I thought you could give it a link. Ah!
Oh man!
Oh, it's blink blonking at me now.
Uh-oh.
You broke it.
Whoa, look at
don't
you.
wanna
Sign
take-
into your
I
OneDrive.
don't want to take my files with me anywhere. God, uh-oh.
You froze this thing. You froze
Yeah,
this
it
baby
thinks
right out.
it thinks it has a fucking.
That's
oh, there
because
it
of
goes.
that laser on the plane. You weren't supposed to see it. The government had to freeze it.
Oh, it's 10
Planes
That's
don't
right.
need
There we
lasers.
go. All right.
What? Planes absolutely need lasers.
No, you don't.
That's crazy. They need them. You know they do.
Spectrum.
What's better than a gun? A laser.
What
You
does
know
the
that.
laser do, Bruce? Like, what would
It's
you have
precision.
it for?
And light speed. So instead of
For?
firing, right, bullets don't go at light speed, do they, Elise?
Who are you shooting at?
You're shooting at the enemy.
But you're just driving to work.
I'm not saying it would be for me. It would be for me.
Oh,
You're like,
God.
ooh, there's Benson.
There was
this
the
one
other
again.
thing where
Come
I
on.
think it was like some European scientist was trying to teach crows how to pick up cigarette butts.
Oh, because to like pick up our litter?
Well, so the idea is he
Train
created this-
animals to clean up after
Well, he
us?
created this concept. People were poking fun at it, but it was like they're probably right. So they're like they teach the crows because they're pretty smart. They can pick up cigarette butts and they go to this machine. They drop the cigarette butt in and then it drops a treat for them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And people were like, "Yeah, it's gonna work great until the crows start stealing cigarettes out of people's mouths."
That's right.
Fine. Cancer goes down.
Oh, what a cool
Happy crows go up.
concept.
I think it's more like what happens when there's an overpopulation of crows. Like the ground is neat and pristine, or maybe it wouldn't be. It'd be filled with crow shit.
And the crows all start turning on each other because they're all waiting at that vestibule
Yeah.
for one crow to show up with a cigarette, and they all
kill it.
attack it.
They start robbing convenience stores
Yeah.
to take cigarettes,
Hold
like
on.
new cigarettes.
High energy laser for testing a tactical fighter jet. The key technology is an advanced version of a multi-kilowatt fiber laser like the one the Navy tested. That's right. They had that on a battleship, and they fired a laser off of it.
Wait, the movie Battleship?
No.
We're not interested
anymore.
anymore.
Battleship. Look, laser
Rihanna.
weapon system.
Rihanna,
Operational
Beyonce.
demonstration.
Oh, what the?
That's a
fuck?
laser gun, boys.
They have laser
And
guns
girl?
now? Okay, maybe we are in the future. This
Yes, we are.
is kind of cool. Well, they're gonna figure out. Apparently, they're gonna figure out quantum computing
Do they fire it in this video?
soon.
So they say.
They say there was a breakthrough.
Wait, do
on
they
it.
fire in this video?
I think
They,
NVIDIA-
theoretically.
I think they do. Hold on.
It's not going to look like
Do they
Star Wars.
fire? No one's seen it.
Maybe it will. I don't know.
They're going to shoot it at that boat.
Oh, too close.
Hold on, Lawrence. Do not close this one.
I won't touch
I
it.
got to see it.
Oh yeah, we wiped out Tokyo. You didn't notice.
But that's not even a moving target. This doesn't seem fair.
Sort of thing you gotta. Well, yeah, I guess you're right.
You know that it would be moving.
I sent you the video, Lawrence, of I'm going to pronounce it wrong. The Gauss cannon.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Gauss, right? I think I was just playing Xbox.
fucking-
Yeah, he was.
PS2 controller.
Yeah.
I
All right,
remember
here we
reading
go.
about that.
This one he fires at it.
Boo! Fuck you.
See, one shot takes out that explosive ordnance.
Cool.
Cool.
Oh,
Look, you live 10 minutes from the office.
it's still moving.
So
Yeah.
what?
Who are you going to shoot?
Move.
Who are you gonna shoot?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't say I wanted a jet. I want a jet.
Why
With
did-
the laser gun on it, I want a laser gun on it too.
I mean, I
Why
think
did-
the idea is that this is anti-ballistic.
But
So
why
if
did
there's
they
a
blow
missile,
up the dude's desk?
it's what the ordnance was on. So it was like a torpedo or something.
Johnson, where's my report? I got...
Yeah.
Blow him up.
I'm sorry, a laser cannon. shot-
Ooh!
Hey, wait. Look up the
You
Gauss.
blew up that terrorist.
Show Bruce the Gauss cannon.
Bruce
that-
is
that
enjoying this
thing's-
laser way too much. Hold on.
Watch this. Watch out, terrorist. Got him.
Oh, that...
The terrorist, you imagine a terrorist holding a gun on someone and it just only shoots the gun out of his hand?
What are you, Superman?
It doesn't even kill the terrorist. That's awesome.
No, it kills the terrorist and
Oh,
everyone near him.
Oh, they're gonna shoot down a drone?
Dazzle and destroy a UAV.
Wait, they want to dazzle the UAV?
Dazzle's like,
I think they blind it.
yeah, that's an official term for like
Dazzle 'em with
you fuck up its
sparkles.
sensors.
No, yeah, blind it. See, look, they blinded
Yeah.
it and then they shoot it and they kill it.
Colonel Fabulous.
drone,
had
you
some
can't
great
kill
ideas. He's just playing games.
This is so cool. Man, what a great idea.
We put a $17
Fucked it
million
up. Wow.
drone into the sky, then we blew it up just because we could.
Yeah. How'd your
Brought
day
to you
go
by our
today,
fine
honey?
sponsors. Go fuck yourself.
I just set $80 million of taxpayer money on fire. It was awesome.
Type in Gauss.
How can I send the government more money?
Gauss.
Oh,
What? They already take it.
I know it's a joke.
wait. What? I need to partner something with that. 'Cause
Gauss-
Fallout 4
Gas
is coming.
cannon, I think.
Canon, probably. yeah.
Cannon, military. Try that. I'm just curious.
Gauss gun military, yeah. Oh, Gauss gun. That's
Is it?
I don't know. I don't think the one I sent you was like it looked like Metal Gear. It was
Yeah.
just this giant thing. They're like, load it up, and it's just like it's a giant, or maybe it's just like
was it a railgun? Was it the railgun?
It is the railgun. There it is.
This
Yeah.
is the IEEE Spectrum. Boom,
Oh,
boom.
Look at
my
that
God.
shit.
Gosh.
I mean, look, this is the same thing. I'm definitely
Get
afraid
outta here,
of
old man.
guns. Guns like scare me, but the Metal Gear aspect of it, where I'm like, that gun looks pretty cool.
Yeah, of
like
course it
I like
does.
I like the idea of it in a video game or something. But
What are you, crazy? This is like the coolest thing in the world.
I know, but it's just meant to kill things, which sucks.
It's okay to appreciate engineering. I'll say that.
All right.
If anything, like a gun is actually a fascinating machine. The fact that it's like purely mechanical, it's powered by its own gunpowder. That stuff's all super cool.
Toilets
I mean,
are kind of the same thing.
Yeah,
They
toilets
don't
are
need
fascinating.
electricity.
That's true, they do.
Toilets are pretty cool.
toilets are pretty cool.
Hey kids, I know you like that gun, but you know what else is pretty cool?
A toilet. Shut up, Dad!
I see you playing that Metal Gear.
I'll see you next weekend.
You ever mess around with a turlet?
I'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We're gonna have some real fun, boy. Put on your latex gloves.
At least does a railgun get you all hot and bothered?
Sure, yeah.
Come on, look at that.
Is that what they fire?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's just fire a piece of metal.
basically, yeah.
Whoa!
'Cause, yeah,
Cool.
it's just a one magnet after another, just pushing it further and further, and then until it's just. Oh god. You ever seen like a rail gun like that shoots nails? People like
yeah.
make those at home. Oh, they're frightening.
Look at how many pieces of metal it went
Yeah, your mom's tampon applicator has arrived.
through. Oh, is that the shell? Sorry.
Oh, some dumb YouTuber's gonna do this and
Kill himself.
Dude,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
he's
stand in front of a
He's
railgun?
gonna build a rail gun.
Oh yeah. No, I tested it. It can't go through the book. I promise. YouTuber
that's what I
found
was
dead.
thinking of.
Yeah. Oh, what a tragic story that
Metal
was.
Gear Rex had a rail gun, and it was frightening.
It was to fire nukes.
Yeah, that's why you gotta
Oh, the
shoot it in the
Shago Hod
radom
had
or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Radom.
You can't shoot it down if it's not propelled.
Yeah.
You just you get a little railgun on there.
Metal Gear was cool.
Metal Gear was cool.
Solid. Metal Gear solid.
Yeah, it came and went.
did.
There's some highs and lows. I want to replay through 4 because if my memory serves,
you?
Metal Gear Solid 4 is the most clusterfuck video game that's ever been made.
Yeah.
A lot of eggs. What was that all about, Kojima? A little art house
He's
project.
never going to tell you.
No.
Japanese people love eggs.
How's Benson doing?
He's fine. It's his birthday today.
I know.
Happy birthday.
but then he
9
also-
years young.
He had a heart problem?
He has a degenerative heart disease.
So he's like Benjamin Button.
Yeah, he is.
But he's doing okay, right? What do you mean, well?
We'll have to find out.
We'll find out when.
He said same in 6 months, so
Yeah.
Oh, he'll be okay.
we'll
He's
check
fine.
in when he's 10.
What a big boy.
Elise, what was that tweet you had about it was like the Snow White? It was like the dude is just, what did they kept Benjamin Button and just the
Yes,
tweet
I was
just cuts
on-
off?
I love going on like Reddit fan theories and shitty fan theories, which is now like the better new subreddit. And this one guy posts a picture of Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, and he's like, "Hear me out. What if all them dwarves had just had Benjamin Button disease?"
This doesn't make any sense.
And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Who
Like,
cares?
but then people write like 10 paragraphs about this.
Man.
It's because they thought about it.
Crazy.
It's a good hobby.
Is it?
But yes, sure.
It's like going to IMDb trivia and seeing how every kid with an IMDb account tries to connect any movie to the MCU.
You got to wade through a lot of just bad fan theories to get good ones.
Adam, you want to hear
Play
some
that
crap?
much.
Young Hercules in 3D only has one piece of trivia, and it's not even that good.
I didn't read it.
Yeah, Adam.
What was that
Write
all
more
about?
trivia, Adam.
I got about halfway through that movie.
How is
and
it
I fell
related to the
asleep.
MCU?
Explain yourself.
So it's Hercules is a member in Marvel, as a character in Marvel. So there you go.
I guess. I mean, shouldn't the trivia be the kid now is in the Waterworld stunt show?
That would have been
Yes.
nice.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got
that's
it.
actual
100%.
trivia.
Adam.
Adam,
100%.
That's
you
good.
have the golden opportunity to become the force against that which you hate and add actually good trivia
You
to
should write the
IMDb.
trivia.
I
Yeah,
don't
do
know.
it. Come on.
IMDb's dead to me.
Remember when
It-
you and I made a Twitter called Bad IMDb Trivia?
Yeah, we never did
Wow.
anything with it.
That was like 2 years ago.
When did that
I
happen?
know. 2 years ago.
And like when 2 years ago?
I don't know.
I know. Boy, you guys really cared about it.
Well, I think what happened was, I think by that time I was so disenfranchised with IMDb trivia. I was like,
Chant.
because it used to be like, basically someone would watch the DVD commentary, and then they would just type it out for you. So they're like, how did they make the water shake in Jurassic Park? Did you know that one of the engineers got a piece of guitar string under the dashboard and he would ding it like
that's
so?
pretty cool.
I'm like, wow, what a fun little factoid.
Yeah.
And then now they're like, did you know Steven Spielberg knows George Lucas, who Disney, Black Panther
Yeah.
coming soon? You're like, what the fuck? Who's this written by? Oh, here it
It's all
is.
garbage.
Do you think maybe part of that is people trying to use IMDb trivia as promotional tools and
Yes.
making like dummy accounts and shit? Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's.
I think that's what it is.
I will see the same trivia rewritten 4 or 5 different ways. I think people just want to be me too, like just including the same thing. And at this point, it's not even trivia; it's just things that are physically in the movie.
Yeah.
Where like it's a thing that's like, yes, that's called a callback.
I do think there are some simple jacks out there that are like, they're Jessica Chastain was
They're
in
writing
this
their own
movie.
trivia. You're writing their own
Well,
IMDb
they
trivia?
find the most mundane of coincidences to be just like thrilling.
Right.
And
Well,
they're like,
I-
I need to communicate this.
Like an Edgar Wright movie blows their mind, and they're like, "Did you know all those things they said in the beginning happened later?" Yes, it's called good writing.
yeah, I know. It's called foreshadowing.
God damn
Dummies.
it! This thing that's existed since the beginning of literature. Christ,
Yeah.
this is me at
Yeah.
2 a.m. reading.
I know. What is their problem? Throw your phone out the window.
It's like when we're like, you know, they got lasers on jets now, and Bruce is like, yeah, we know.
Duh.
Duh.
Come on,
dummies.
I
guys.
saw the picture.
Oh, he's shooting cans?
So this guy made his own railgun
Semi-auto
that shoots
Gauss rifle.
nails.
Wow.
But yeah,
Neat.
can you turn up the audio just a little bit? I just want to
This
hear.
is product placement.
He's not selling anything.
You think Sprite paid $1 million?
Look at that.
Couldn't that rebound and hit him in the eye?
He's probably wearing eye protection, probably.
He's probably got a pretty sweet what is it? Airsoft mask or something.
Full auto.
What's up, Liz?
I was just gonna say, yeah, because like a BB gun rebounds.
Oh,
that,
damn.
That hurts. That BB hurts. This is rubber.
Why doesn't he just buy a BB gun?
The intercuts of this video are
Yeah,
amazing.
they're very great.
It's a hobby, all right?
You just hear his dad in the back. Have you seen my Dell Inspiron?
No!
Oh, 2. Wow.
Look at that.
He's
He's
talking
Doom.
like Doom.
I know,
Doom guy.
0 recoil. That's the crazy part.
That's pretty
I
cool.
probably had to go because his hot wife was.
So that's the thing, though. There has to be some kind
Sleep
of
Come
with
have
me.
sex with me.
My vag is all wet and not being
Not
penetrated.
now!
I'm busy with the railgun.
damn wet vag off me. Which is what you'll be saying when you dress up in clothes provided by Stitch Fix.
Nice. This guy.
Yeah, Stitch Fix is the easy way to shop for clothes because they send it to you in a box. All you do is when you sign up, you basically take a little questionnaire, a little trivia about what you like, your fashions, your do's and don'ts. And it's actually pretty neat. There's some bulleted listings, like I like this kind of shirt, I like that. And then the really cool part is they actually show you photos of stuff, and it'll be in like a lineup. So out of all these shirts, which ones do you like most? And like click, click, click. It's actually kind of fun. Reminds me of like taking quizzes out of my my sister's magazines. A little bit of Freudian slip there for you guys.
That was weird.
And then once they have all that information on you, a stylist will go over your profile, sort of Sort of sort through all your requests, and then throw 5 items into a box and ship them out to you. And this is the other thing. It's not a subscription service, so you don't have to obligate yourself to using it more than once if you just want to try it out. And every time you want to order another box, you just go to the website and say, I want another one, please. And each time they'll learn more and more about you based on what you sent back. And there's also an optional survey that you can fill out saying, I like this, but I didn't like that for this reason. This works really well for this season, stuff like that. And over time, they'll have a file on you that pretty much points to exactly.
They will have a file on you.
Yeah, it's weird. I got some odd references in the last one. But, and then they'll basically zero in on the things you like, the fits you like, the patterns, the clothes, the fabrics, all that stuff. You too can have a personal stylist for a low price, and it's basically down to whatever you keep is the price. If you don't keep anything, there's a $20 styling fee that basically goes towards somebody styling a box for you. But if you do decide to keep anything, that fee is then paid towards that item. So it's essentially a free stylist, provided you like anything that you get. And if not, $20 isn't so bad to get a personalized attention from somebody with likely far more experience dressing people than I have, or potentially you have. And we've got a special offer for you guys. If you go to stitchfix.com/dudesoup, you get a bonus 25% off your entire order if you decide to keep all the items in the box. Now, for me, at least, it took me, I'd say, 2 to 3 rounds before the things that came in the box were the sort of thing that I'd want to keep all of it. Some of the fits were a little odd to start off with, but that's the calibration process. But I will say there wasn't a single box where I sent everything back.
Yeah.
I did like 2 or 3 items out of everything so far, and it was just getting closer and closer to the things I liked as it went on. So I encourage you guys to try it. You can only live so long wearing baggy black T-shirts with a graphic logo on them.
Hey.
I mean, I'm doing the same thing too.
You're guilty of the same thing.
Anyway, that's stitchfix.com/dudesoup for 25% off, provided you want to keep everything. So thank you, Stitch Fix, for the sponsorship. And thank you, Texas, for being so permissive.
Make sure you buy it for your sister or your girlfriend.
Maybe they're the same person.
Or any special lady in your life, sister or girlfriend.
That was hilarious, Lori. You really got me on that one.
Gotcha.
I was laughing real hard.
Now your reaction killed me. That was weird.
All right, we can hard net hard.
All right.
So you're
My hard net spectacles.
Oh, you need those glasses?
Yeah,
Elise wasn't here last week, so I got to catch you up to speed.
She was here. She just chose not to
I wasn't here either,
participate.
Elise.
Well, Elise was busy. Bruce, a lot of people were busy last
Yeah, we
week.
were busy last
Turns out we were prepping for a live
busy,
show.
Adam.
A lot of work.
You were never busy.
So let me, I guess this is a bit of a tough thing to explain. This is Jay Johns. He's got a brand, I think. He's also selling like inspirational short essays, I think.
Okay, I love him.
Hit the HD in the lower right.
All of his videos instruct you to hit HD in the lower right. Even though that it's not an HD. You may recall at some point in YouTube's
If you change
history,
it,
it was an HD button. It hasn't been for a long time.
Reach your prime.
But why did he's still publishing videos that he thinks have that?
Someone did point out, because I didn't vote for this last week, his videos don't get very many views, and they're not technically very good, but he keeps it up.
What is this? What is
So-
he doing?
I mean, he's
making art.
expressing himself exactly, and I've come around on him. I think it's not necessarily about the success of it all.
What?
He's true to himself.
I don't understand.
Oh,
He's glowing up in every
drive him to the
single
hole.
clip.
Lay it up.
Is he missed.
Well, we don't know.
We'll never know. I mean, let's just assume he made it.
No. He wasn't shooting. He was trying to block.
Yeah,
it,
he was.
and he missed the
He
block.
did miss the block. That's true. Okay.
Whoa, what are we? Hold on a minute. Oh, okay, there we go.
Prime with humility. He's got a brand.
I love the song.
The G
Good
is
choice,
his
Gary.
brand.
Or
He does.
Francis or whatever his name is.
Yeah, he'll wait. Hold on. You may have missed that. Let me rewind it there. He does a lot of like photoshopping his brand onto people's clothing. So that's not there.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
But hey, man, whatever. Fake it till you make it.
Well, I mean, you got to learn to use that tracking option, and
That's a real shirt.
He always wears a short tie too. Really short
Seems like
tie.
he's from
branding.
Woodbridge, Ontario.
Oh yeah, he fought a dinosaur.
Whoa.
yeah.
My left stroke just went viral.
Okay.
320 views isn't viral, but
That's just the song.
All right,
Are you
so yeah,
convinced, Bruce?
of
This
what?
is our winner.
this
week.
is our
One?
reigning champion.
Yeah.
And then his videos will commonly have some cutaway to a inspirational book that I think he's selling.
It's very Tim and Eric, which I kind of like.
But is it intentional, Tim and Eric? Or does he
Right.
just live in...
Well, there's a whole
And long
subreddit called
story
Not
short-
Tim and Eric.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Conflicts. Greater than or equal to complement.
It's always good to know that somebody is thinking about you, whether inferior or superior.
Got it.
Wait, go.
Oh,
Whoa!
So he levitated, I think.
Oh, he's gone.
Okay.
Go to the most recent video.
Okay, hold on. I want to see what this pans out here. How to be confident? Nope. Clean. Oh, clean.
Clean,
That's
that's
the one he's been plugging in a couple of recent videos there.
okay. So who's he going up against this week?
Bruce wanted to see the most recent.
Okay.
Las Vegas. Hit HD in the lower right.
Hold on, he's got kids.
Tornado! Watch out! Jay Johns.
He's fine.
Oh. He's got a thicker beard these days. Oh, he's
man
taking
bun.
off his weight vest.
Goku.
Yeah, he's dropping his Goku gear. He's gonna drop the ball in the court. Gonna drill that rock.
Is this The Departed?
It might be.
Good song.
All right, you can stop it.
Oh.
I got the point.
All right. So the next one has a I want to know what's going. Oh, this is a longer one. This is 2.5 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's where Las Vegas is.
I'm so confused.
He likes that filter a lot too. He throws that on a lot of stuff. Ladder knocked over. All right. Is that a young Jay Johns?
It looks like it. I want to know what he was thinking when he made these videos. You think I can do an interview with him?
Probably. Yeah, we can
I
reach
want to
out. to him.
ask him what he was doing.
I'm gonna guess he's available.
Look out!
Look out, kid! There's a dinosaur. Oh, he's gonna have a foot race with a dinosaur.
No, I think you're gonna get attacked. Oh, you can hear the sound effects.
Oh, he grew up instantly. It was a young Jay Johns. Now it's him. Now he's a GTA character. Is he gonna fight the dino? Oh, can't.
Is he playing basketball with it?
He's gonna do some burpees, I guess. Oh,
At least, would you have voted for this last week?
No, I don't think so anymore. It depends what the
The
competition
record I voted
is.
against it.
I was gonna say I appreciate
jumped over that
he's
ladder.
a creator,
all right.
but what the hell?
Okay, all right. That's the reigning champ. Coming up against that, we got the Pueblo marriage sim.
What is that?
Now, let me throw this out here.
What
right?
is that?
It's a marriage like any other between
Anon and Shinova.
4chaner and his waifu,
Did he make her up, or is she a real character? From
Oshino
anime or
Shinobu.
something?
That's a good question. I
Shinobu.
didn't actually dig into that. Oh, yep, real character. All right,
okay.
from
Mysterious vampire girl.
Bakemonogatari. So she's taken, fellas. Sorry. Physical age is 8. Literal age is 598.
What?
So it's all cool. Don't worry about it.
Is she gonna grant him eternal life once they?
You know, that wasn't on the save the date.
Why is it called Pueblo Marriage Sim?
Because he chose a town in Mexico to hold his virtual wedding, which we will see very soon. Let me see here.
There's a video?
Let's see here. There is a video. We'll get there in a minute.
Can't-
It's on Twitch.
So there's some nice script down here. You've seen weaponized autism. Now you get to see the trigger pulled.
Oh
shit.
boy.
Wait, who made that?
Sergeant Hale, a streamer, who there's this tuxedo there, and so there's some images of the Mexican pueblo that he constructed to marry her in. Here's the post quote: "For my wedding, I promised my home board A, or the anime subforum on 4chan, that they would be the best man, all of them." And that means they have to show up on wedding day. So I did a little Python server that refreshes every few seconds and
Wow.
populates a text file with URL candidate posts from a select thread on 8chan and downloads their images. That way they can post their waifus and attend my wedding. It will be glorious. I'll be working on making them so they spawn on the church benches, but this was a
Holy
proof
shit,
of concept.
That's awesome.
So here are all the waifus that, hold on, I gotta
Surprised he has a
expand the
program
guy
in here.
out. So yeah, here's a little
surprised.
proof of concept of all the attendees being
There they
populated in the ceremony there.
Holy shit.
We are like 2 steps away from Blade Runner. I love it.
And then here's a little
This
test.
is like 10.
What? No. This is
Yeah. This
we're
is
one step
Blade
away
Runner.
from Ryan Gosling having a weird, like, transparent 3-way.
And then
It's cool.
so here's the ceremony itself.
Uh-huh.
And I linked it as such because the first reply is the most important.
Oh, it was in VR?
It says, "We're all gonna make it." That's inspiring. It was in VR, Adam.
That's inspiring.
So we've got our our blushing groom here.
My question for you though is: this crazier or on par?
It's a death knell
Wedding bells.
With the dudes in Japan who actually
marry
marry 3 avatars in VR, and then they have some poor woman hold up fake lips that they have to kiss, and they have to wipe down every time so the next guys can do it.
I think they're both pretty crazy. Although this guy's constructed his entire wedding from scratch.
Yeah.
He also brought people. He had people from 8chan attending his wedding that he built.
He's nervous.
So this is like
Wait, hold on. We can't see overlays in this wedding.
This is a 6-minute video. Oh, yeah, you got to stay in bounds there. Don't want to bash your head on the wall when you're going in for that first kiss.
No way.
This is
How does he have enough room to move around the corner?
You know, if you just dedicated this much energy to actually dating women,
That's what I was
look at all these. Then he might be dating a
there's
woman.
clear intelligence and ingenuity here. It's
Yeah.
doing something positive for the world.
What is this not positive?
I mean,
I mean, you're fair to do whatever you want to do in your spare
Sure, of
time,
course.
but
this, like, you could be married to a woman.
I guess there are worse hobbies.
Oh, there are
like,
way worse
that are
I mean,
actually harmful to.
He probably
a gun.
partakes in them.
It's just an AK-47 and a...
Just let him do what he wants.
Aw, thank you
We
for
are letting
coming.
him do what he wants.
Thank
Stay
you
out of my
guys.
store, you know? just don't buy anything.
Wow, just for the audio listeners, he just walked through a chapel full of avatars,
Yep, there's a bell ringing.
brushed
looks so
himself off.
nervous.
Yeah, he's
Sounds-
very, very nervous. He's moving a lot.
Sounds disturbingly like a death knell. Here, let me
Okay.
pipe that out to the audience.
Do you think he pressed
directly.
a button to start that music? Or did it start on its own?
There is a pastor there.
Yeah, I mean, he probably passed an invisible line.
Oh, there she is!
That's a
Wow,
trigger.
she looks so beautiful in her radiant dress. She's 8 years old.
What if she became self-aware
539.
and ran away?
Wow,
That's a child.
you look great.
Yep, that's creepy. That's like James and I were driving to work today, and we saw a pickup truck that had a baby shoe hanging from the back of the
Ew.
bumper. We were like, "There's no context,"
Oh, like
in
a
which
truck.
that's good.
Okay, hold on. This passed over into creepy.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah.
Giving her a little head rub there. Aw, he had to bend over to pick up
Even
her
though
hands.
I was gonna vote for this, but I don't think I can.
Oh, I'm definitely
now.
voting for this. Are you kidding? I'm in.
I mean, I guess if this is how you get your pedophilic, like,
That's true. You don't have, and don't actually
Tendencies.
take it out on children.
yeah.
I mean, people get arrested by the FBI for having their computer full of child.
This isn't child porn,
I guess
though.
it's
This
a.
is
yeah,
totally
that's what I mean.
fine.
This is
No nudity here.
This
She's
is-
539 years old. We already know that.
Is this a gateway though? I don't know.
No bully.
I mean,
gotta get those
That's
rings.
creepy.
hey, if we
Wait.
keep it in VR, it's cool, I guess.
Get that ring on her.
Does she-
Lock her
does she-
down.
Does she put her
She's
finger out?
yours.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh, she does.
Yes.
She's so demure.
Fuck it up.
Is that a little spider ring?
Also, where's her father? He should have been
Hey,
walking
she give
yeah.
her away.
Yeah.
instead of
he
her
should've given her
sprinting
away.
down the aisle.
Wait, what are you
What's she
saying?
saying? She said.
You gotta speak up. She's always.
Oh, she said blah blah blah. And he said I do.
Audio's a little off.
That's
With the
fine. It
power
happens.
invested within me, I now pronounce you both husbando and waifu. You may now kiss the bride.
This is amazing.
Get in there. Get it. Yeah.
Two husbando and wife.
Oh, she's so happy.
Yeah.
Look, he made her the happiest woman in the world.
Now drop her off at school.
She's 539.
All right, it's night class.
Is she have to be invited in?
Like a vampire?
Yeah.
Oh shit, was that a Ruby
A
character?
vampire.
They
Oh,
could
wait. I saw Watamote, and that was kind of a given. Hold on.
On the left there. Go back.
Oh,
Yeah,
more?
I hope there's no one I recognize here.
Like her?
Yeah, that
Is
might.
that Ruby?
That might be.
I don't think so.
Is that Weiss or whatever?
Yeah.
Are you
Okay.
sure?
We don't know.
I don't know.
Unless there was like a section where she was wearing like a.
Man, if Miles or Carrie went to this wedding.
I don't think she never really wore like a.
Okay.
I don't think that's her.
I think I just saw the white hair. Sorry.
Yeah, no, white hair is. I don't think she ever wore like a casino dealer's uniform.
Okay,
though.
good.
Yeah,
I mean,
sorry.
You can still draw though.
Yeah, you could. You can just make her
draw.
wear whatever you want.
Dress up for the wedding.
This is amazing.
She's actually 500 years old. I'd still just love that there's an AK-47 standing upright in one of the pews. Oh, hey, it's the fucking Quantum Break guy. He's the meme of confident standing.
Look at them all. He teleported them all out there. Are they gonna do rice?
Ugh, that's
You want
racist.
to wait? Yeah.
Aw,
She looks beautiful.
It's her best day.
Well, let's cut
so
to that
happy.
honeymoon so the FBI has some hard evidence.
Oh, it's a bouquet.
Yeah, you got to throw that.
She's gonna throw the bouquet. No.
She doesn't have like adolescent musculature though. It might be tough.
Oh,
He
did
does it. He's not going to let her do shit.
He didn't program it. He also threw it terribly.
Yeah. Now lock her up in the
Oh,
cage.
I see. That was.
Oh,
that's
it's
the person
her.
that
She
won.
got it. All right.
I love this.
You win. I'm the master of
like
this domain.
I'm never surprised. Like, I mean,
I'm not surprised
I
either.
kind of feel like I'm like I've seen weird shit,
Yeah.
but then every single time, you know.
Well, I always think to myself, like the person that spent, like 38 hours setting up dominoes,
Yeah.
and like they hit the dominoes down right, and there's millions of dominoes. That's what this guy did, but
Yeah.
with VR and a little girl.
Get in that head. Rub that head. That tension on
Okay.
that neck.
Well,
Get in there for another one. She's
I'm-
hungry.
I'm at maximum skis if you want to vote now.
This absolutely wins. There should be no other winner. This 100%.
Treasured moments.
Ooh, they hugged. They hugged.
Man, good for you, Sergeant Hale.
Husbando and waifu.
Well,
That's cool.
yeah, let's put it to a vote. We got G. Johns versus Sergeant Hale's public marriage in Mexico. I think, wait, it was...
I guess it's legal there.
It is actually.
Yeah.
That's why he said it in Mexico. I just realized. That.
quote,
That's exactly
It's the
why.
only place you can marry a 500-year-old. It's cool.
Quote, being absolutely love struck by her lolly figure and cuteness for 3 years, Anand decided to ante up his relationship by carrying out the fantasy of his dreams to marry Shinobu in Mexico. Inspired by a beautiful real-life town named San Miguel de Allende in a non-shithole part of Mexico.
Nice.
The Pueblo was modeled from scratch
King
and
among
features
men.
colorful Mexican architecture, houses, and a detailed Catholic church. So we have the thoroughly traditional wedding of Anand and Shinobu versus G. Johns, who fought a fucking raptor.
Twitch TV / Sergeant Hale.
I'm just gonna throw that back out there. Here it goes.
No, he didn't. He
Chasing
ran
it.
it. He
He
raced it.
sprinted at a velociraptor.
Yeah, are we voting?
Boom! Slap that kid's heart so hard it sparked. All right, he beat it. He beat a T-Rex in a foot race, and he was doing
Velociraptor,
push-ups.
But yeah.
Yeah, you're right. All right, let's vote. Adam.
I give it to the pervert.
All right.
Pervert.
All
I
right.
guess it's the pervert.
And even at least they got you got your vote too, huh?
I hate voting for any of the ones that like subjugate women in any way, but
I don't know if it's subjugated as women. I mean, like,
kinda
she's
subjug-
539 years old.
She
She
was
can obviously
there.
decide for herself.
I
also
guess
it's a
so.
cartoon.
Yeah.
She was there and she said yes.
He programmed her to say yes.
The perfect relationship.
I mean, just the thing that I find the most amazing about that is this is a character. Japan can go both ways, but largely designed by a man for men.
To marry in VR. Yes.
And they're also consuming that product. So it's like the
So it's
Ouroboros
okay.
is complete.
Totally okay. It's all right. All
saying.
above board.
At some point, you need to consider that shit is gay as hell. Why is she doing that?
Gay as hell.
God damn
What do
it.
you mean gay as hell?
Well, because
Because a
it's only
dude is
men
designing
involved.
stuff that you find
Oh,
sexual
I
pleasure in.
see.
Oh, well, I don't know. It's just
If an
it's all
actual
about
woman's
curves,
sensibility is
you know?
nowhere involved, it's like it's like a dude being like, "Man, wouldn't it be awesome if like I just had big tits and we could jerk each other off?" Well, that's basically what anime is,
It's
all of
still
it.
communicating a message about a woman's presence.
Yeah, you're trying to find some way to twist it to be feminist.
I mean, no. I mean, it still is. I mean, we're not going to get into it right now.
Feet.
Meet me at the parade.
All right, I'll see you there
Parade.
I'll see you there with all my waifus. I gotta drag them around
yeah.
my body pillows. The more I scroll, the more
look,
disgusting
they're
that's
being
becoming.
Sexually assaulted. Cool.
Whew. It was an accident, is what I tell the police
That
about my
was
sister.
awesome. Awesome. I loved it.
I'm just glad we were logged in on your account
Yeah.
and not
Yeah,
mine.
my
love
work
it.
account
I thought it was great.
Nice.
doesn't have YouTube Red either, so it wasn't one of them.
Unbelievable. The internet continues to astound me.
All right, well, thanks everybody for listening to today's podcast. Listening, watching, however you decided to consume it. I'm glad you did. We'll be back next week with the same quality content, stimulating discussion, and dudes figuring out how to marry a pile of pixels that somehow represents their weird fantasies in this world.
Beautiful pile of pixels.
That's a beautiful pile of pixels to you.
Put his penis in that pile of pixels.
I don't know if
Try
you did. Well,
Yeah, you could just... Here's what you do, Bruce. You put that fleshlight in between the box spring and the mattress.
Cut the feed.
I know. Stop it. hit stop. Hit stop.
We got the... If you're watching live, we got the post show coming up. If you're not watching live, maybe check out the post show. It's pretty cool. Got a lot of cool fan art in there. And we rap a little bit. We get real with the audience. They make up challenging life situations, and we solve them immediately. It's kind of the flow of that show. So stay tuned if you're watching live. If not, again, look forward to having you join us for another stimulating discussion next week. Until then, goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Mahalo.
That means family.
Nope.
I'm, at least, and I invite you guys to do so as well at your discretion and at your comfort. Jesus Christ, it's going again. Man, I'm getting programmed over here. Share some of my horrible dates, or at least just asynchronous dates, I think is how I describe them, where the two people aren't on the same level and